It's whatever Wednesday, which usually means...
Or do not. There is no try.
I'm playing something. Sin, Alpha, how's it going? Kilmar, what? And Kemi with the resub. How's it going, Joe? How are you lovely people doing? Ghosty Online? Not exactly. Close.
I'm gonna kick it up a little
What do
bit.
you mean? Warm welcome. This is the first time I've seen you in the chat, Bam. What is up with that? What are you getting on my... What? What are you doing? What is this tomfoolery?
I wasn't being facetious. I was.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Well, you're welcome.
Because as soon as I turned on the channel, you're just like, well, you know, you're basically saying, hey, everybody, welcome to the stream.
Hi, how's it going?
It's like, well, thank you for the warm welcome.
I'm like,
Sabo tank.
God damn it. Harry Carey. No. Is that his name? No, is it? Oh, it is Harry Carey.
Yeah.
Hi!
Yep.
How's everybody doing? Welcome to the night's main event. Okay, I can't do that, Harry Carey, very well, but... Would you eat the moon if it were made of cheese? It's a simple yes or no question. Just say yes and we'll move on. You already hate it. Okay. Hey! How's it going, Kaz? You sexy man, you. How's your hotel room? Still there? I hope so. So, for those of you looking at the stream title going, what the holy shit is this? I will explain it to you in due course. Please be patient. But as an added notice, I just want to let you guys know, we're still doing the jelly beans thing. All proceeds are going to a replacement computer for my lovely wife. So if you're thinking about dipping to make me suffer, that's where it's going. Any help is appreciated. But if you can't, I totally understand. We just love having you here. Helter Skelter? Yeah, I believe it. Yay for suffer! Yeah, I'm sure you do. Anyway, so let me give you some background here. Let me give you some background here on Man of War. Back in the old days when dirt was new and the earth was cooling, a little tiny tabletop workshop known as Games Workshop, based in the UK, came up with several specialized games off splinter games off of their main game, for those of you who are not familiar with Warhammer 40k. One of these games happened to be a game called Man of War, which was based off of the old Warhammer Fantasy IP. Not the new one, the old one. The new one sucks, but that's just my opinion. Boo, Age of Sigmar, boo. Anyway, so what they did was they took Warhammer Fantasy and they turned it into a naval game called Man of War, or Man o' War. So where you could play different fleets from the different races. So orcs, humans, Bretonnians, Skaven, dwarves, chaos dwarves even. All sorts of stuff. And it came out with 2 expansion packs, Plague Fleet and Seas of Blood, which also introduced sea creatures, sea monsters. Yes, there's a Kraken in there before anybody asks, amongst the other host of things. But each fleet got their own little special racial rules, and it was really well received, and everybody had a blast. I had the fortunate luck of being able to play it when I was young, because my brother picked up a copy of it, and I played the shit out of it. So I'm playing it tonight, and I'm glad I found it on the Tabletop Simulator Workshop, because it's something from my childhood that I enjoyed a lot, and I kind of wanted to share it as best I could with you guys out there in chat. And with the onset of the internet, high-speed internet, and lovely graphics from today's age, and all of the wonderful shit that we can do with technology, I can bring that lovely childhood joy to you. So that's what I'm going to do, and Bam has unwittingly decided to volunteer as my opponent. And possibly Dollar, but it doesn't look like Dollar's coming, because I've got enough spaces for 3 people. What?
Are you saying I'm witless?
No, unsuspecting, possibly. Okay, well, high speed is about as high speed as we can get here in the States, then. Give me a break. Let's not pick hairs here. Anyway, it's a very simple game. It's very fun, very fast-paced, in the realm that shit dies really quick when, you know, the cannons start firing. Or in this case, the drills start whirring, or the bell starts to toll, because I have available 3 fleets that we can play tonight. I already know what I'm playing, but if somebody wants to try them out, you're more than welcome to. I will play something else. We have the Empire, we have the Skaven fleet, and we have the Orc fleet. I'm kind of 50-50 on what Bam's going to play. I kind of already know what I want to play, but that's just me. They do have a Dwarf fleet, but I don't have any models or any of the stuff for it yet. Depending upon how well received this is, I may change that. So, but it's a really, really fun game. And I was just like, I wonder if I could play that on Tabletop Simulator. And I posed the question to Dowler, and Dowler's like, no, I can't find it anywhere I can't find Dreadfleet anywhere on Tabletop Simulator. And I'm like, well, fuck Dreadfleet. No, Man of War. Man of War. Dreadfleet's like an extremely long distance successor to Man of War, and it wasn't really that well received because Games Workshop just kind of kicked it out the door and said, well, here's this, and everybody's like, yay. So Man of War is still a favorite of mine, always has been, and we're gonna check it out tonight. So let me load up the board here. And we'll get Bam in here, and then we'll get some fleets put together, a couple of fleets put together, and then we'll just beat the shit out of each other. And I'll kind of explain the basic rules right off the cuff after we built our fleets, and then we'll just kick the shit out of each other. So, Bam, let me send you an invite really quick.
Okay.
As soon as I save this game. Hold on, let me go back to the chat. Let me go back to the chat window here. I gotta save this really quick. Alright. Because I'm in single player mode, like a dingus. Alright. Create multiplayer. And if anybody's wondering about the music in the background, it's from Warhammer Online. Because it's really, really, really good. Bam, sending you an invite now. It's probably going to ask you for a password. That's not me insulting you, that's the actual password.
Oh. Of course, you're assuming I would take it as a...
You never know. Alright, and bam, you're probably gonna want to be... you can be purple, green, or orange. It's your call.
Where are you?
I'm gonna be purple or orange, whichever one you don't take. Which one did you want?
There you go.
Oh, okay. Cool. Alright, so you see this wonderful host of stuff?
Yeah.
Up here, you have the human fleet. Over here, you have the orc fleet. All wog. And down here, you have the Skaven fleet. These are not all the ships you're going to get. I can always make copies. What looks good to you?
A lot of guns on the fleet.
Guns, you're not going to want to play orcs. They're more of a ram, smash, and grab type of...
Yeah, the humans look like they have a lot of guns. The orcs
do actually have they do have a ranged ship. It's called the Chukka. But it's just basically a ship with a giant ass catapult on it that lobs giant ass rocks.
Oh, okay.
But those rocks do a considerable amount of damage. Especially if you hit somebody with it.
And then the Skaven. So what? So let me see. Can you summarize the differences?
Sure. Humans are pretty much straightforward. It's broadside and ramming. Basically, shitload of guns and, well, if you look at the fleet thing right here, I don't know if you can read it that well. They have ramming rules because the prows on their ships are made of like plated iron. So they plate the prow in metal so that they can ram shit better. You also get to choose from one of the schools of magic for each wizard that you have on your ships. Yes, you can cast magic in this game from your ships. Orcs, good for smashing, chucking, drilling, and boarding. They also have kind of a magic thing. Orcs can be a little self-defeating like these Drillikillas. They have random movement up to 18 inches, so they can go really slow, really fast, but if you roll triple ones, they sink. Because the drill is so heavy, it dips below the waves and it becomes a submersible, and it sinks.
Okay.
The big Chukka is just basically a giant-ass catapult, and the Hulk has two small catapults on it, but then it has a big iron claw on the front of it, and it shoots it out, grabs onto enemy ships, pulls them back to itself, and then it has two giant hammers, and it just smashes the shit out of whatever is in the claw.
Okay.
And then the Skaven fleet uses a burning sensor on the Clan Pestilent Deathburner, so it creates this pestilent fog around it. It can also use the sensor to smash things like a pendulum. The Warp Raider is a small ship with a giant green flamethrower on it, or as you've seen it on Stormfiends in Vermintide 2. And then the Doombringer just has a giant ass bell on it, but you get Greyseers instead of wizards, and you have to eat Warpstone, but you have access to all the spells at once. The only problem is if you eat too much Warpstone, your Grey Seer can explode in a mass of fur and blood, and he then casts every remaining spell in his deck centered on the ship, which is the Doombringer. So they can be kind of defeating. The humans are the safe bet. Orcs are a slightly less safe bet. Skaven are all over the fucking place.
Well, I'm guessing you wanted to play Orc.
Actually, the Skaven are like my jam, because, you know, kill, yes.
All right.
So, if you want to, you can pick between the orcs and the humans. Humans are kind of middle of the road. Orcs are a little more exotic.
Let's go Orc.
Oh, Bam's going orc. Very nice.
We'll Orc it.
You're gonna orc it. Okay. This should be interesting. Well, technically, I don't need any of these ships, so these can go away. All right, so first you have to build an orc fleet. You have 1,000 points to build. I'm going to help build yours, and then I'm going to build mine. Sound okay?
Okay.
All right, so an orc fleet must contain at least one man-of-war ship. You basically only have one to pick from. Your Hulk.
The Hulk, right.
That ship costs... Does it have the cost on the opposite side? No, it's the same damn thing. Okay. A Hulk costs 150 points of your 1,000 points. Should we get a calculator? I feel like we need a calculator. Let me grab a calculator. Or at least a counter. There you go. All right, so 150 points for the Hulk. There you go. Boom. That is your flagship, your Admiral's flagship. You cannot have more Hulks than you have Ship of the Line squadrons. Ship of the Lines come in squads of 3 ships. Those are your Drillikillas and your Big Chuckas. And the Admiral ship does not count towards this total. Alright, Ship of the Lines, you have to have a minimum of at least 2 squads. And at least one of those squads must be the 3 Drillikillas. Which are 150 points for a squad.
Okay, so...
You're going to buy one of these?
Yep.
Okay. And we'll give you... boop, boop. Oop, sorry. Pitching your boats all over.
So is one of these each ship?
Yep.
Or each... Okay.
So we'll just stack them like this, just to make life a little easier. Alright. So those are your Hulk and your Drillikillas. You need one more squad. You can take another squad of Drillikillas, or you can take a squad of Big Chuckas.
Double down or go home.
Those are the ones that have a chance of sinking, though.
Do it!
I know.
Just do it!
Well, 1,000 points, right?
Yeah. Oh, and your Drillikillas cost 150, so you're at
300.
300. Oop. Okay.
So let's do another squad of Drillikillas for 150.
Another squad of Drillikillas. Yeah, let's make this easier and put them next to the ship. Boop.
And then we'll do a squad of Chuckas.
Which are 75. So you're looking at what? Yeah, a whole squad of Chuckas is only 75.
Well, let's do 2 squads of them.
Ooh. Really? Okay, so that would be
That's up
see,
to 600.
600. Now wait, there's more. There's more we can do here, so give me just a second to create your second squad of big chuckas. That's a lot of ships. Now, you may buy a single wizard. You also get a free admiral, which is basically your war boss. And you get 1 Men of War card for free because of your admiral. Every subsequent custom card costs an extra 25 points. And they are drawn at random. There's 3 levels of wizards. And I will tell you in just a second what they are. You can get a Wizard Champion for 50 points, which allows you to have 2 custom cards. A Master Wizard at 100 points, which gives you 4 magic cards. And a Wizard Lord, a level 3 wizard, which is 150 points, which gives you 6 cards. And that's your hand of cards that you get. You don't get... You'll eventually draw through the whole Orc magic deck, but those are the only cards you can have at a time.
Let's do the 150 point one.
Oh, you going for the big weird boy, huh?
And then another Hulk.
You want another Hulk?
Well,
Good lord, man.
unless there's something else besides wizards I can buy.
No, that's pretty much about it. And so you're buying a level 3 wizard?
Yep.
So you're not buying any custom cards?
Well, how much are the custom cards? Sure.
25 apiece. You get 1 for free.
And then, so with the extra Hulk and then 4 custom cards, that'll be 1,000 points.
Sweet. Okay, so you get 5 custom cards. Okay. Please draw 4 cards from that deck. Just right off the top. You can show them to me, because you got to put them next to the boats they're going on. They can only go on the Hulks.
Just keep putting them.
Here, let me move this. There you go. What'd you get? Pointy Bit, Fanatics, Troll Pens.
Well, I get 5, you said.
Gobidos. 5, yes. You get 5. You get 1 for your Admiral for free.
So should I draw another one then?
Yeah, go for it. Troll Pens. The hold of this vessel contains specially reinforced troll pens. The captain's prize-winning sea trolls are kept in them, and they can be set free during a boarding action. In any boarding action, you may release the trolls. Roll on the table below. Oh my god! That is so wrong. Alright. The lucky captain has a cage of deranged fanatics fastened to the deck. At the start of any one boarding action, the ship may unleash its fanatics. To determine the effect of the fanatics, have a roll a d3 plus 1 hits on random low locations of the enemy ship. These locations must make a saving throw with a -2 modifier or suffer a point of damage. Fanatics can cause critical hits, and for each location roll that comes up as a 1, the fanatic has careened about so wildly that he ends up back on the orc ship. Roll for damage on the orc ship in the same way as above. Any other miss means that the fanatic has plowed straight across the deck and off the other side. Both crews are occupied with avoiding the fanatics. Neither vessel may carry on with the boarding or perform any other actions until the following turn. Pointy Bit Having been sunk when an Imperial wolf ship rammed his vessel, the notorious Captain Fishbreath was determined to have a pointy bit on the front of his own ship. The idea has now become very popular with other captains as well. The ship is equipped with a ram and may make a ram attack as described in the rulebook. The ram is located on the front location and will be destroyed if that area takes damage. If a ship with iron claws manages to make a grab attack on a vessel that was 3 or more inches away, the target will also suffer a hit from the ram. This hit is resolved as normal. Oh god, what is this? Following the same tried and tested principles of the Doom Diver. What is that? Gabetto? Gobito. Fires.
Probably Gobitos.
The Gabito. Oh, the Gabito, I see. Fires a fanatic at an opposing ships. Rather than sailing through the air, however, the Gabito is fired underwater by a large spring, and the poor Gobbo attempts to alter his path by wiggling 2 large wooden planks strapped to his feet. The Gabito may be fired in the same way as a dwarf torpedo, except that the ammunition may attempt to alter his direction. When you roll to see which direction the Gabito is fired, you may add or minus 1 from the roll. To represent the rather flimsy nature of the propellant, any roll of a double when determining the distance traveled results in the spring breaking, rendering the Gabito launcher useless from the next turn onwards. You're firing goblins. Oh, God.
Underwater. Yep.
And last but not least, beer! The crew of this vessel have spent the last few hours drinking barrels of fungus beer and eating sacks of squig-flavored crisps. They are so drunk that they believe they can defeat anybody. Unfortunately, they are too drunk to be reliable when firing their ranged weapons. When you wish to move the ship during the battle phase, roll 1d6. On a roll of a 1, the crew are so drunk they may no do anything. Wow, G-dub. At all, and play passes to your opponent. The orcs will add d6 minus 2 to their combat total in any boarding action they are in. If the result is a negative value, it is deducted from their score, representing the fact that they can probably see twice as many attackers as there actually are. You may mount these things on either of your hulks. You can put them all on one hulk, you can put half and half, you can mount them however you wish.
So, is there a benefit to the beer card at all?
Yeah, you get 2d6. So instead of a single 6, you get 2d6 minus 2.
2d6 minus 2, okay.
Yeah, because normally when you're doing a boarding action, you roll a d6, and then you add how many crew are on that ship, and whoever gets the higher result wins the fight, and the loser loses 1 crew counter. If it's tied, both lose a crew counter.
So instead of just rolling a 1d6, they're rolling 2d6 minus 2, so they're adding 4 to their potential roll.
Potentially, yes. But that's only for boarding actions.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have the potential of them being so drunk they can't even move or anything.
Oh. And how many of these cards per Hulk? Just 1?
You can put as many on a Hulk as you want.
Oh, okay. Well, we gotta have Gobitos.
Gotta have Gabitos. The mighty Gabitos.
We'll put the fanatics over there. We'll do the trolls over here. I will give you a pointy bit. And the beer. That's the only one I'm not.
Put it on like the more like boarding action heavy Hulk, like maybe this one. Because you've got the fanatics and the Gabitos. Well, no, the fanatics.
I got fanatics.
Oh, and you have the troll pens. Yeah, so the beer. Ooh, I don't know.
I could do that.
You could do that. 2 things you can never have enough of is beer and boobs. I agree. It's fun just making the fleets at the moment.
Jack does. Nah, I'll take this dude. This is the pointy bit, so he's going to be getting close and grabbing. So if the Hulk grabs somebody to pound it, does that count as a boarding action, or is that a separate?
Yeah, you can board after you've grabbed another ship.
All right, so we'll go ahead. God, see, it doesn't matter. It's got the pointy bit, so it'll do damage to the ship. And 6-1. Hope it doesn't do that. All right,
And-
where's my wizard?
And the battle honors are basically if the ship gets destroyed or captured. Battle honors are basically like victory points. So if I take out this Hulk, it's worth 6, 7, 8, 10 battle honors. Just the ship alone.
'Cause it's, okay.
Yeah, each of the big chuckas is worth 1, each of the Drillikillas is worth 2, and then this Hulk is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this is worth 10 as well, because the beer is worth 0 battle honors. Okay.
So where's my wizard?
He is basically a counter, which I don't have.
Wow.
So I'm gonna make you one really quick.
Incoming hostiles detected.
And are these his spells? And are those random?
Yeah, those will be random. Let me get you a marker to act as your wizard. All right. Do we have crew counters for you? Oh no, there's a wizard right there. Haha, I do have one. I don't think I have crew counters for your orcs though. Oh, I do have crew counters for your orcs. Tight. Give me a second. Boop. Boop. All right. Can you total up the amount of crew you have across your entire fleet? It should be in the top right-hand corner.
10, 16, 28,
28?
34.
34.
34.
Oh, 34.
Yeah, 3.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. There you go. That's your crew. You can have a maximum of 2 crew per boat. So, whoop. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. And yeah, you can stack them up in the top corner. You can leave them anywhere on the sheet. It really doesn't matter. Whatever you're comfortable with, to be frankly honest. But you get the idea. Okay. All right. Oh, and your wizard. Did I get you enough?
5 there. I'm missing. Yeah. Oh, here. No, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, so you're missing
2, 5.
1 there.
2, 3.
There you go. 1, 2.
5, 6. So there's extra there.
That's fine. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, you've got an extra one here too. Because that's 1, 2, 3.
3, 4, 5,
Four.
6, 7. That's actually where all the extra one works.
That's fine. All right.
Alright.
Now you got to pick which Hulk you want your wizard on.
Well, the captain's Hulk, of course. Or the admiral's.
Which leads me to my next question. Is that your flagship?
Yeah, probably this guy.
Okay.
With the trolls. Admiral's gonna have trolls.
There you go. So you can put like flagship next to this Hulk's ship. That way you know it's your flagship. There you go. If the crew ever gets taken out on that Hulk, the Admiral and the Wizard go with them. If that Hulk ever sinks, the Wizard and the Admiral would be clinging to the debris until it finally, I think 1 or 2 turns later in the end phase, it goes from ship to wreckage to debris, and then it finally goes under the water. Once it goes under the water, they're gone. And if you lose that Wizard, you can no longer cast Orky magic.
Yep.
All right.
I assume that can be picked up, right? If somebody gets done with time?
Yes. As long as you come in base contact with the wreckage. Or the debris. Alright, your Orky magic. You may have 6 cards to start. That number with the plus next to it, that's the number on a single 6-sided die you have to roll over, on or over, in order to successfully cast that spell. Okay.
Single orc ship chosen by the enemy player may not move or fire this turn. Play this card immediately.
And I can see these if you want.
It's just
Oh.
so most of these are they need a 5+ to do that one.
Oh, maybe they're chosen at random. I don't know. I've never done orc magic before. Let's find out really quick.
P, so it's what is power.
Yeah, I think that's a power card. Let me find out.
Shaman's presence adds +3 to the ship's total in any boarding action.
Oh yeah, and they don't have sails, they have tread wheels. So that you can't really use the wind to go any faster. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on orc
Paddle
magic.
boats.
Yeah, they're basically paddle boats.
So dwarf ships.
Yeah, kinda. Maybe it's in the Seas of Blood book. Let me look at the contents really quick. That adds air power, sea monsters. Orc Wyvern Riders. I'm looking it up really quick.
Yeah, all right.
Sorry. Did your wife get her test back, Drake? Oh, yeah. Hopefully by Friday. Good, good. Yeah, only thing I'm seeing for it is shimp templates and all that jazz.
Huh.
Weird. Because that's how you normally do magic. Oh, maybe it's in the rules editions. Let's find out. Nope. Wind direction diagram. Blah.
And war.
Oh, but it doesn't say I can just take this one and stick it back in
War
there
never
and
changes.
draw it.
Right. I just wanted to make sure that we're doing it right here. Okay, it's not in there. Interesting that they wouldn't have the orc magic rules included. You know, we come prepared here, you know. Let's see here. Orc fleet. Here we go. Additional orc rules. Wow, you can even have goblin and snotling fleets? What? That is crazy. Orc mechanics. No. Nope. 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 Nope.
I see you're not letting me have all the good stuff.
Giant war canoe. Yet
No
no.
snotlings, no mechanics.
Ah, here we go. No, that's the weird buoy. Is that the same thing? Orc independent vessels. No. Lock them in the closet so they can't catch it again. Yeah, exactly. Well, otherwise I just give you a generic magic deck. One of the other colleges of magic, but that's not very orky. No, is it? I've been searching for a vape supply store to deliver me some coils. Yeah, I'd actually go out and get my own. Well, I got one more place to look, and then otherwise we'll just do the best we can.
We'll just house roll in.
We'll just house
If we
roll
can't
that.
find anything in particular, I'd just say take that one and put it back,
Yeah, that's fine.
and then I can play it if I draw it again. Because it says play immediately, and then you get to pick a ship that can't move. So it's like a bad card, but
Yeah, it sounds like it. Which makes sense.
so at the very start of the game when we haven't even deployed our ships.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, I've already screwed myself. Wonderful. Alright. I'm gonna put this down here so it's out of the way.
Just go.
Put this down here because we're not gonna use it.
Just back in here.
Alright.
Shuffle those.
Alright, cool. Now I have to build mine, if you don't mind.
No. So, oh wait a minute. There's multiple cards here. Seems like there's multiple cards. Is there multiple cards there? Looks like it. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's just a graphics thing.
Yeah, it's a graphics thing. Also, these power cards, I'm going to say if you can house roll it, but you can burn one of those along with a spell to give yourself an extra +1.
Okay, so just so I understand, so like this card right here, Brain Busted, right?
Right.
Or Burst It. If I want to cast this, I have to roll a 5 or a 6?
Yes, a 5 or a 6.
Okay.
Unless you burn the power card, and then it's a 4, 5, or 6.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just to make life easier. Now, when you burn a card, it goes into a discard pile. So, just FYI.
Okay.
Alright. So now's the Skaven fleet must be purchased. Oh, wait. Never mind. If I had the ships for Chaos Dwarves, I'd be playing those, but I don't. Alright, so, first things first. I need a flagship, and it's gonna be this. It's gonna be the Doombringer. Alright. Skaven Warlord, Grey Seer, and crew. Okay. At least one Doombringer is the Skaven Warlord's flagship. My Skaven Warlord is my Admiral. Beep. Skaven Clan Fleet only ever has one Doombringer per 1,000 points spent. Well, that answers that question. The Doombringer is also 200 points. Jeez. Alright. At least one squadron of 3 Warp Raiders. Boot, boot. Those are the Death Burners. These are the Warp Raiders. Okay. Done. I have to have at least 2 squadrons, and that's 75 points, and at least 1 squadron of 3 Clan Pestilent Plague Burners. Or Death Burners, and those are 150 a squad. Jeez! That is stupid expensive. Yep. Alright.
Maybe Dollar's right. Maybe I should have just gone with
Humans?
no, one Hulk and
Nah.
drill ships.
You're just nothing but drill ships. They look like hovercraft just because they're sunk into the water. Alright, for every 1,000 points spent on Skaven Clan Fleet, it gets the following crew counters. 20 slaves, 20 clan rats, and 5 storm vermin. I get 5 storm vermin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get 20 slaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. And 20 clan rats. I miss playing my Skaven. 1, 2. Oop. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Perfect. That's a lot of clan rats. Ah, just like the old days. That cost is free. For fleets that are smaller than 1,000 points, see the Skaven Cruise section. Okay. How do we want to do this? Oh. That's interesting. I can put any amount of crew on each of the ships. There is no max. That makes sense.
Well, I never stopped reading, so. Although there should be some kind of rule that if you have too many, you increase the chance of it sinking because it gets swamped.
Yeah. Death burner, movement. Oh, I have paddle wheel ships as well. And they have warp reactors.
Oh, wow.
Warp stone reactors. Yeah. Great Bell on the Doombringer. The Plague Burner, the Warp Fire Thrower on the Warp Raider. Warp Tank hits. Oh, God. Oh, God. Ah, here we go. Crew types. Jesus. All right. Ships on the Skaven clan fleet are crewed in a very different manner. I'm kind of going over this so that you know it, I know it, and the chat knows it. They're very short. It's Games Workshop. They don't go into length in anything. Crewed in a very different manner as the ships of all other races. Whereas the ships in other fleets have their crew determined at the start of the game by a number printed on their templates, Skaven fleets have a large number of crew distributed throughout the fleet. As mentioned in the Skaven clan fleet section, for every 1,000 points spent on a Skaven fleet, you get the following crew. These can be spread throughout the fleet however you wish according to the following rules. Each ship must have only one type of crew aboard. You cannot place clan rats and storm vermin on the same ship, for instance. Each ship is in a squadron must have the same type of crew as all other ships in the squadron. A squadron cannot have some ships with slaves on board and others with clan rats, for instance. If you were playing with fleets larger or smaller than 1,000 points, but not an exact multiple of 1,000, don't care about that. If you're working with multiples of 100, don't care about that. In addition, there are two types of special crew, Rat Ogres and Clan Eshin Assassins. These cost 25 points and 50 points respectively and can be placed on any ship no matter what crew is already aboard. You can have a maximum of one Eshin Assassin counter for every 500 points in your fleet. I'm probably not going to mess with those, even though Rat Ogres do sound fun. Alright, so, slaves. Slaves represent all the levels of Skaven hierarchy, carrying out menial or dangerous tasks. I love Skaven slaves. They may be of any race, humans, orcs, etc., or other Skaven. They are drummed into military service to make up numbers and are poorly armed and hobbled together with chains to stop them from running away. They are the lowest rank of Skaven society. If a ship is crewed by slaves, it gets a -1 to all its boarding action dice rolls. That does not fucking surprise me. Alright, clan rats. Clan rats make up the bulk of Skaven society, blah blah blah. They have no special effect on boarding action dice, and they act like normal crew. Storm vermin, on the other hand, are larger than other Skaven, standing a foot or so taller than their brethren, and are powerful warriors. We've met them in Vermintide too.
Yep.
And are powerful warriors. Storm vermin are usually given command of the most powerful ships in the fleet, where their greater strength and skill can really make a difference. If a ship is crewed by storm vermin, it gets a +1 on all boarding actions. Well, I know where they're going. Beep. On the big boy. The slaves are going to go on the death burners, and the clan rats are going on the warp fire throwers. Because I'm probably going to buy more ships. Alright. So, what am I up to so far? That's 200... let me check to see how much they cost here. That's 200. 75 for the Warp Raiders and 150 for the Death Burners. So if I were to go, so that's 350. 425 I've got total.
Of course, you know, this means war.
All right. And of course I want to buy Skaven Wizard, because reasons. I want to buy a Warlock Master. For another 150 points. So that puts me at 575. Okay. Fair enough. Which means I get this entire deck in my hand. I already read the rules for it earlier. Boop. The only problem is I have to consume Warp Stone to cast half of it. Because if I don't, shit goes sideways. Like, he can explode. I get 24 Warp Stone tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 15, 20, 25. We'll take one off the top. Beep. Alright. That's my Warp Stone. Once that's dry, I can no longer cast anything that requires a 7 or more to cast. Which is 90% of that magic deck right there. Which kind of sucks. Alright. So, that brings me to 575. So if I were to purchase another set of Death Burners and Warp Raiders, that would be what? 100, 225? Right? Which would put me at 800. And then... Alright, so let me copy these. Boop. Boop. God, you have a lot of ships. Jeebus.
Not nearly as many as I could have had.
That's true. I could buy, what, another set of Death Burners? Right? How much are Death Burners again? What were they, 150? Warp rate, no, Death Burners are 150. So let's go with another set of Death Burners. And 2 custom cards. Which I draw out of the basic deck. Boop. But those can only go on the Doombringer. Oh, magic figurehead. On the prow of this vessel is a magic figurehead, probably a standard of the Horned Rat. In the image of the god of war, the Horned Rat. It provides a shield of protection to the vessel against the evil magics of the enemy spellcasters. The ship gets a saving roll of 5 or 6 against any spells cast against it. Boarding nets. The open upper decks of the ship are protected by huge nets and chains, which impede attacking troops. Attackers count -1 to their dice rolls in boarding actions. Those go on the big ship. So, now I have to divvy this shit out accordingly, all my slaves and stuff. Goody. Alright, so I'm thinking, what is it, 2, 4, 6?
It is a good day to die.
How many other Warp Raiders do I have? I just have another squad. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay. And those will get divided evenly amongst all 3 ships. Okay. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those go to them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those go to them. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those go to them. And then I'll just jam the extras on those 2 fleets. And those will get evenly distributed. I'll put them on the actual cards. All right. Get this out of the way. Get this out of the way. Get these in an appropriate spot. That. Those for damage markers, because we're going to need them. That's a turning template. That's the range template. This is the warp fire template. This is the death burner template. I don't need this anymore. All right. Whew. And this is the wind indicator right here.
All right.
I think we are ready. Now we have to deploy fleets. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this is how we're going to deploy the fleets. Decide which side of the table is north. We're not going to be putting in any islands. I don't want to complicate this anymore by having Mirband run aground, okay? I do have terrain for islands. Actually, let's put a few in. Come on. Let's make this interesting. Eh? We got to make this moderately interesting.
Moderate.
Moderately. Ooh, okay, not that interesting. All right, let's scale these down. They are way too huge.
Some big islands.
Yes. Yes, they are. All right. Let's put one more out here. All right. Bam.
Yeah.
I'm going to there's a giant stack islands here. There are 4 that we get to pick from. And outside of a 9-inch range from my side and your side, we're going to divvy the board into 4 sections. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty simple.
Okay.
So what I want you to do, actually no, it would go. No, let's do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. All right, so I want you to roll 1 dice and then place a random or an island that you pick from the pile in that sector. So roll this dice right here. Six. Okay, so it'd be down here. Like, roughly anyway from, like, north of that. If my shit's in the way, just let me know. My shit's in the way.
I'm just trying to decide if I want to put it like block, right, or leave a little channel.
Yeah, it can be up to there. That's as far back as you can go with it. It's got to be outside the deployment zone, basically.
I'm gonna call it.
You can call it there. All right, my roll. 5. Crap. Right there. Okay, go ahead and roll. Gotta have some terrain. 4. That would be over here. Why am I getting all the bogus fucking terrain? Goddamn orcs. Any recommendations for on first ship for Maelstrom? You can't go wrong with human ships. It'd be basically anywhere, yeah. Anywhere back over in here.
Trying to figure out where most annoying for you is.
Anywhere on my side of the fucking table at this point? What am I, sailing out of an archipelago?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, Skaven got to breed somewhere, man.
Yeah, that's true. All right, and I'm rolling for this last island here. 3.
Oh, I get one.
I'm just jam it right there. Hey, we can put the wind tile right there.
There you go. Perfect.
Perfect. All right, now. Now we both dice off to see who gets to place first, and you can place anywhere within 9 inches of your side of the table. Now, I realize the table's a little cramped, so we'll try to make do with what we got, okay?
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna roll first. 3.
So, I win or lose?
What'd you get?
1.
You lost, which means you have to place first. Well, I get to pick. I can either make you place first, or
Sure.
yeah, or I can place first and you can go first. Either way, but I think I'm gonna make you place first and I go first. So anywhere, anywhere 9 inches from your table edge, you can place.
What's the key to do the measurement thing?
Oh, just hold down tab. It'll measure
Yeah.
from where your cursor's at. Yep.
So, basically, so I have to be within 9 inches, right?
Yeah, 9 inches of the edge.
So, yeah, all my shit's in the way, basically.
Yeah, I know. I kind of figured it would be. We went with giant ass 1,000 point fleets. I was considering like 500 and 750, but that kind of muddles things.
Okay, so basically, even below that. There. Okay. All right. So we're gonna take flag.
Your flagship. And please keep in mind while setting up, your squads must be within 6 inches of the squad leadership, and
Okay.
that is actually, you know, these Drillicillas.
Yeah.
So they have to be within 6 inches of each other, not 6 inches in a line. Like, each one of them has to be within 6 inches of all of the others.
No worries.
And if at any point in time they aren't, they become stragglers and they cannot do boarding actions or fire until they move back within coherency. Your Drillicillas move 3d6. Your Big Chuckas move a different amount?
This doesn't say on the card, does it?
It should.
Or is that over here?
Oh, 4-inch tread wheel. You can also backpedal 2 inches. And unlike ships with oars, you cannot pivot in place. So you actually have to use this turn template in order to turn.
My computer got it.
While orc ships are powerful, they are very slow and plodding. Of course, then again, so are mine. Hey, Saber. How'd you guys manage to find a game with a lower player base than Maelstrom? Ouch. This game is from my childhood. This is Warhammer. He's playing orcs and I'm playing Skaven. You started this. I started talking to Dollar about Dreadfleet Man of War, and I'm like, I love Man of War. I wonder if there's a thing on TTS. Go with the human battleship? Yeah, it's pretty powerful. just keep in mind, you do more damage. It has an ability. You do more damage the farther you are away from your target. All right.
So
Oh,
are you
yeah. I have to
you
deploy,
have to
don't I?
deploy.
Where did you put your flagship? Right there. Yeah, that'll work. Oop, Mike Wraith here. Mike Wraith here. And the ships might be getting confusing. If nothing else, just start stacking the plates next to where the ships are located. Might be a little easier. All right, you can deploy now.
So we just alternate now.
Yeah. But your hulks are easy to discern. One's the flagship, one isn't.
So is it squad now, or
Yeah, you can do a full squad or a single man of war ship. And you did a single man of war Hulk, so now you can do a full squad or the other Hulk if you so choose.
okay?
Okay. I'm just getting some of these out of the way. I'm not actually deploying them. There we go. Okay, that's those warp raiders. All right. Are you coming at me from an angle?
It's the front. It's the front.
Now, once we get the battle set up, things are going to get really fast and furious once we get into combat. Just getting my dice here. I gave you a set of excuse me, I gave you a set of dice. And all the islands are locked, so you can't fuck them up.
Yeah.
Alright, next set of warp raiders. Is going right here. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. The death burners over here.
Death boners.
Burners. They have a giant burning sensor. Yeah. All right, Bam. And I think if push comes to shove, we can actually color some of these.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can do it here really quick. Oh, you can. It colors the edge of the board. Ha! And so my warp raiders with like the little red things on their nose, and the borders on these guys and the crew. Perfect. Oh, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are gonna be blue. Purple-ish. Something. I don't know. Okay. You guys are gonna be yellow. The little sensor bearers are yellow. That's cute. These one will be white. These ones would be green. Alright. Did you deploy one?
Yeah, sorry, I just had to move some stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, now they're deployed.
And my last squad's deployed. Okay. We are ready to go. Now, we just got to determine the wind. Would you care to roll for the wind?
What am I rolling?
Just a single 6-sided die. Excuse me.
Five.
All right. Now, before I tell you the result, which way is north on this map? I was thinking like over here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so that's north.
Yep, so you can be east. Which makes sense because East Coast full of rats, man.
Oh, come on. All right, 5, the wind is blowing south. Yep. Not that it matters because none of us use sails. But you never know. All right, to start the game, we both roll a die to determine initiative. I'm just going to randomize initiative. It'll be more entertaining. Take your time, by the way. I don't want to rush you.
I'm just tinting all my stuff.
Yeah, no. If you select the whole group by dragging over it, you'll get them.
Tried that. It didn't seem to work.
Really?
It works on the ships. It didn't seem to work on the cards, but maybe it's because I got the tiles on there too.
Hmm.
I guess it made their flags blue, I guess.
And for the purposes of wind, because we still do need to keep track of it just in case, because it can affect certain other things. The wind changes clockwise one position if we both roll a double even, and counterclockwise if we both roll a double odd. So it'll change from south to east or south to west. It's very dramatic. I have seen house rules where people will go like south to southwest or south to southeast, but that's kind of splitting hairs at that point. But since we don't really use wind for traveling, it doesn't really matter. Now, if you were playing human ships, you would have oars, which work like paddles, and you would have sails. And if you try to turn into the wind while you're using sail power, you instantly stop. And if you have the wind astern, which means it's behind you, you can actually move slightly faster. And if it's astern, you just move default. But you move 4, and I move something. Well, except for your Drillachillas. My paddle wheels move 8 for the small guys and 6 for the big guy. And unlike your paddle wheels, because they're treadmills basically, because you have like orcs and slaves in these giant treadmills, like running to power your boat. I have the same thing technically, but they're slaves. Except my paddles are located towards the middle of my boat, which allows me to spend half of my move to turn up to 90 degrees in place, or all of my move to about face up to 180 degrees.
Hacks!
Yeah, I know. Apparently Skaven are smarter than orcs. Who knew?
Definitely hacks.
Orcs, on the other hand, have to use the turning template. I can too, if I choose not to burn all of that. And the turning template is 2 inches. So you go from like the red side to the green side, or the green side to the red side, depending upon which direction you're turning. It's always 2 inches. Okay, just thought I'd throw it out there.
Okay.
All right. So there are 4 phases in the game. There's the initiative phase, which, what did you roll?
Oh, were we supposed to roll initiative?
Yeah, just 1 die. I got a 3. Okay, so you go first. I'm gonna make you go first. But so basically it goes initiative, then magic. The player with the initiative casts whatever spells he is capable of, and then the second player does likewise. Then the battle phase, starting with the player with the initiative, the player takes in turns to move and fight with individual squadrons or man-of-war ships. It goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then the end phase, you check for record keeping, replenish magic cards, blah, 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 blah. And we'll go through each phase individually. So we're done with the initiative, now the magic phase. Do you have any spells you'd like to cast?
I'm looking right now.
Yep. I get all of these. Because I'm special. Ooh, I have Skitter Leap? Holy crap, Curse of the Horned One's a 9+. Jesus. Yeah, no thanks.
And no, I did not have any spells I want to play.
Alright. Neither do I. Well, maybe Skitter Leap. Skitter Leap affects the ship of the Grey Seer's choice, causing it to vanish with a thunderous roar and a flash of glowing warp fire. Then reappears anywhere on the table at the whim of the Grey Seer. The spell can be used to run a ship aground, but not to place ships inland. Oh, really? It's a 6+ though. Nah. I'm gonna save it. I gotta save Warpstone. We're early game. All right, battle phase. I'm making you go first, so please pick a squad or one of your Hulks to move. Then, basically, in order to move the squad, just select the whole squad.
Yep.
And you have to move them in a straight line, unless you're turning them. Okay?
Okay.
Up to their maximum distance. And you know how you can left-click and hold all three of them, and then hold down tab?
Do you see the card area right here? Can that get moved? Because it's like really in the way.
Yeah, sure.
Like even deleting it would be okay.
Here, can you get all your cards out of there? Just like put them somewhere on the table. I don't care where.
If anything that's even close to that, I try to highlight it. I can't.
Joint line. Ah, there we go. Zones. Oh, I know why. Because I'm not in admin mode. Let me change my color really quick. There we go. Now I can do it. Yeah, I can move it.
I mean, even maybe back off the edge of the table
Yeah, sure.
so it's out of the way.
Like right there. I'll do the same with mine. There we go.
Oh. Apparently, 2 cards just fell out.
There you go. You got them. They'll appear back on the table. Better?
Moving.
Pick a Hulk or a squad.
So I was gonna move these guys, and they move
Not that fast.
3 inches.
No, roll 3 dice.
Oh, roll 3 dice.
Now pick one of them and roll 3 dice.
Pick one of them and roll 3 dice.
Yes. Pick which one out of this whatever squad you're planning on moving and roll 3 dice. That's how fast it moves in inches. So whatever one you pick moves 6 inches in a straight line. It can turn if you so choose using this. I'm gonna make a copy of that so we both have one. And straight as an arrow, we can... we're playing a friendly game here. It's close enough. I'm not going to worry about it.
Right.
I'll call it drifting. Now, for the next hole...
Move it back and do it again.
No, that's fine. Okay, for the next drill, roll 3 more d6.
Okay.
That's how fast... How many inches it moves? 6, 11... 15 inches. Now, you don't have to move it that far. You can move it up to 15 inches. Now, chat, anytime Bam rolls 3 1s, the drill dips below the waves and sinks. Because there's a giant metal drill on the front of the boat. It's a little heavy. These are orcs, after all.
Yep. And then roll again.
Yep. Eight.
So how do you... I'm trying to go straight. I'm not...
Just do the best you can. It's fine. I'm not gonna be like, that doesn't look straight to me, Bam, you cheating fucker. No, that's not what we're here. I expect you to do it, but not me.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
All right.
All right.
Oh, good.
Done? All right. They don't have any ranged weapons, so I'm not worried about them. All right. Paddling for 6. Your turn. Oh, wait. That thing's got a doom bell on it, doesn't it? There's a huge bell mounted. Escapes rallying cry of the other ships. Great bell counts as a weapon, just like a cannon or a catapult, therefore it must be rung after the ship is moved. Oh, I have to ring it? But before it carries out any boarding actions. The first time you ring the great bell, roll 2 dice. You are aiming to roll any double except a double 1. A double 1 is bad. Very, very bad. If you roll a double, look it up on the following table. Oh, shit. I have to ring it. 2 and a 3. No doubles. We're fine.
That's kind of logical. How are you going to keep the bell from ringing on a stormy ocean?
True. Alright, Bam, you can go next. So a giant bell echoes across the waves.
And
I'm also using bell counters for warp stone, so pardon. I'm keeping them separate. Because I don't have any warp stone counters. Because we pow! Man, I was actually looking up copies of Manowar on eBay. This game's expensive.
Yeah, collectors are lacking it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bam. What are you doing?
I don't know. Is it my turn now?
Yes.
All right. So this guy, and he moves.
Yeah, your big chuckas move 4. Wow, everything moves 4 except for your Drillikillas. Oh, wow, your Hulks have a sail? Oh, they do have a sail. They have a main mast. So wind does actually affect them. If the wind is astern to you, you can move them 6. But you have to declare whether they're moving under treadmill power or sail power before you move them.
Oh. Doesn't matter in this case because it's 4 inches or 4 either way.
Oh, is it? Yeah, because the wind's going south right now.
South,
Yeah.
So let's roll 4. Five, 10, 15. Wow, 17
For what?
inches.
No. That's actually how many inches they move, not... The Drillikill is the only one that rolls.
What? No,
Yep.
I'm confused. Why?
Because they're giant mechanized powered floating drills. Sometimes they go faster, sometimes they go slower. I can look up the fluff text for you if you want.
It says right here, treadwheel
3 dice. Whereas
4 inches.
yes.
Okay, so they just go 4 inches. Per
Yes.
All
Big Chuckas go 4. Hulks can go under sail or tread, and then the drilling killers are like me. They're like racing out in front. Drill, 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 drill. Now, anytime you turn, if you're under sail power and you turn into that wind, you instantly stop. But only if you're under sail power.
Gotcha. All right. Who's moved?
My turn.
Your turn.
Oh, wow, the Warp Raiders do the same thing. 2 dice in inches. Uh, 2 and a 3. So 5. I think they have a chance of exploding too. I have to find out here. I really hope not. Warpstone reactors. Warp raiders are also driven by paddle wheels, but rather than using slaves for motive power, they use an unreliable and unpredictable device called a warpstone reactor. Warp raider turn as a sailing ship using the turn template. It may move backwards and forwards with equal ease and may reverse direction in the middle of a move. It is unaffected by the wind direction. Unfortunately, a warpstone reactor is inherently unstable. If the 2 dice rolled for movement come up with any doubles, the vessel grinds to a halt and may not move or fire this turn. Next turn, it may act as normal. Alright, this one. 4. $10. Jesus. Go ahead. Yes, kill. Kill orc things. Oh no, Dollar, he's gonna ram the piss out of me. That's what orc ships are built for.
So
Also-
impressed.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So for my chuckas, I can just pick the whole 4 infantry.
Yeah.
Sail, same.
Also keep in mind, if you're turning, you gotta use this fun little thing. Yeah, you can move them as a group. Done?
Yep.
Alright, next set of warp raiders. 8. Six. Oop. It's on the die. Whoops. Oh, damn it. Yeah, it's right about there. And the last one. 6. Done. Your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn.
Who's turning?
Um, so that's 3 dice.
Yup. For 10. Jeez. Burn, burn. Now, I want to house rule something really quick, Bam, if you want. Do you want to roll 3d6 for all ships? Because it's more likely that you're either going to sink all of them at once, or you could sink them individually. It's your call.
It kind of adds a little bit of flavor if you do them individually.
Okay, no, that's fine. I just wanted to ask. Yeah.
But you could also have the opportunity to like if you roll one and then you go really far, then the rest of your rolls suck.
Yeah.
The rest of your group can't get to you, so it gives you some flavor there, I think.
I agree. No, that's totally cool. I'm down with that.
So we're gonna go 10.
Yep.
Why is it so hard to believe? Okay. Next one.
There you go, Dally. You have rammed the world successfully.
9. Can't see. That one's 9.
As long as it's not a 111, you're okay. You threading the needle on that one.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm not getting it perfectly straight.
And just for extra added bonus, just to give you a heads up, your ranged ships, they can fire this far. Each range bracket is 3 inches.
Okay.
My warp fire thrower, on the other hand, uses these. And you cannot pre-measure shots.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to declare a target and then measure for range. You don't have to worry about your driller killers. They don't have any ranged attacks. They just ram shit.
Alright. Go.
Alright, what do I got left here? We'll move these guys. How fast do they move? 8? Okay. By the way, if the roiling sea animation gets to you, I can turn it off. I put it in there because it kind of adds a little flavor to the game.
Is it my turn?
Yes. I moved my death burners. Oh shit, Kelmar with the request. The Oak Fleet is coming! I kind of went heavy on the death burners because they were cheaper. Of course, then again, BAM has 2 giant hulks, so... And if you really don't want to use the turn template, you can always switch your rotation degrees next to the lift height on the top row of your UI to 45, because that's the max that you can turn a ship.
Okay.
So you can like click on that and like do 15s, 30s, or up to 45s.
Okay, so I'm gonna move these guys. I'm actually gonna turn them.
Yeah, you might wanna. Even though they're what, only going 4?
Yeah, they're only going 4, but... Oh, I just picked them up and they all turned.
That's fine. Like I said, it's a friendly game. We're doing a rough approximation here.
Yeah, when I picked them up, they all kind of...
Either that or switch your turn radius to 15, and then you can like use the turn buttons, the Q and the E, up to 3 times.
Because they were kind of like that.
They were kind of like that, yeah. So you could turn them from there up to 3 key presses, which is equal to 45. But if you're going to turn them like that, I would suggest you turn them individually. Because it's going to scoot the butt around really odd.
I'll just do one. Shits. Or that far.
Okay. Ooh, getting close.
Oh, wait a minute. It's because you got to turn and then it's only 2 inches, right?
Yeah, but you can't turn in place. You got to move 2 inches when you're turning. So, like, you could do...
Back. So I need to take this one back then.
Yeah. So you could do, like, that.
So then what would I do? So he would go to...
Damn, that's the lowest I can go. Yeah, so you have to move 2 inches and then you can turn.
And then I can turn.
Yes.
Okay, and then does he get to move another 2 inches, or is 2 inches it?
Well, no, it's 1 inch per side. So you can move, you have to move 1 inch and then turn up to 45, and then you have to move another inch.
Oh, okay, so I go
there, and then let go, and then you can move them forward another inch. That way we don't have to use the turn template.
2 inches every when you turn, right?
No, because you're spending the 2 inches to turn. You have to move a minimum of 2 inches during a turn. So you move the first inch, then turn, and then move the second inch.
Oh well, so if he can move 4 inches, would I move? I'd move an inch, turn, and then move 3 inches theoretically.
Yes, technically you could.
Okay.
As long as 2 of those inches are spent moving forward 1, turning up to 45, and then moving again.
Let's go. And then we'll go this guy. Go 4 inch. Go. Turn.
And as long as they're within 6 inches of each other, you can pretty much put them wherever you want.
This guy. Inch. Go. Up. Turns. That's good.
I'm going to put that marker on top of the ship. It'll just make it easier.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
No, that's fine. All right, so move them, move them, move them, move them. I got to move them. So 1 inch. And then another 3. Oh no, I can move them 8. So that's technically 7 inches. And they're right behind him, so. Go. Like I said, it doesn't have to be exact. Just a close approximation.
Well, that's all my dudes.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, okay. We'll move them 8. Damn it. I clicked on it wrong. All right. I am done moving as well. I'm just spreading out my my boards here now that I got room. All right. Onward to the next phase, which is the end phase or the battle phase. If anything's... Now remember, during the battle phase, you move and shoot with that squad.
Right.
Okay. But nothing's really in range, so it's not like it matters. All right, end phase. Players check their record keeping, replenish their magic cards, determine whether any fires that have broken out have spread, and move any stragglers. Rules for all these, blah, 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 blah. All right, so during this phase, bam, you may discard as many cards as you want from your hand. You may not redraw until the magic phase.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't see any reason to change anything else.
Oh, no, you may not redraw until the next end phase.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna anyway.
Okay. Neither am I. Initiative. Beep. 6.
Cheater. Yep, cheater.
2. All right, I go first. Magic phase. Oh god, I want to do some bad shit right now. Yeah. We're casting Vermintide on your flagship.
Vermintide on my fuck.
Skaven sorcerer cackles in delight as hordes of giant rats erupt from the hold of the enemy ship and swarm over its decks, burying the crew under a tide of vermin. The spell affects a single ship. Roll a die and remove that many crew from the target ship. I have to get an 8
Whoa,
plus.
there's no range on that?
Nope.
All mine have like a range.
Yup. But this also requires an 8 or higher to evoke.
Wow.
So I have to burn 1. So that's 7, 8. We'll go +3. Oh god, I hope I don't erupt. That would suck. Alright. Let me pull up the thing that says, if you fuck up, this is what happens. You can dispel it though, by using one of your own spells.
I assume the spell would have to say something about dispelling.
No, it's just you burn a spell card.
Oh, alright.
But let me see if I get this off first. Okay, chat. Oh god, I gotta get an 8 on a +3. No! Shit!
So you got a 6.
Oh no! Here it is. Okay, I'm reading this wrong. Roll a dice for each warpstone counter the Gracier consumed. Oh no. Now I have to, now that it failed, now I have to roll the dice. So I have to roll 3 dice. So you don't have to counter it. If any of these come up doubles, bad shit happens. Oh, thank God. Okay. I didn't explode from ingesting 3 points of warpstone. It's okay.
Just a little indigestion.
Just a little indigestion. Alright, so I failed casting Vermintide. And that goes into my discard pile.
Okay. You're a failure, Joker.
I am a failure. Do you want to cast any magic?
No.
Okay. Battle phase. I'm going.
Mine's range dependent, so everything I've got's range dependent.
Oh, okay. Alright. The Doombringer is moving forward, paddling for 6. Bong. Roll double. Well, hold on. Flee, Great Bell, counts 5 just like you can. The first time you ring the Great Bell, roll 2 dice. You're aiming for any roll except double ones. Double 1 is very bad. Yeah. Watch, I'll roll a double 1. 1 and a 4. Wong. The range of successful attack is equal to the total of the dice rolled. All enemy ships within this distance of the Doombringer are affected. If you roll a double 4 for an instance, then the range of the attack will be 8 inches. After you have rung the bell, place a Great Bell counter on the bell volumes track. Oh shit, really? I already rung it once.
So what happens when that gets up there?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Oh, here we go. Ring the bell again. For each great bell counter on the great bell's volume track, when you ring the bell, roll 1 extra die. All right. I'll play along. So technically, I have to roll 1 extra die because it only had 1 counter on there when I rang it the second time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll roll it again. 1, 3, and a 4. I'm still safe. For instance, 2 great bell counters on the track, and you ring the bell, you roll 4 dice instead of 2 for the attack. As before, you were aiming to roll 1 or more. You were aiming to roll 1 or more doubles. The range of the attack is the total of all the dice rolled, in this case 4 dice. If you roll more than 1 double when ringing the great bell, apply all of the results starting with the highest double and working down. The range of all the attacks will be at that of the highest double. If you roll a double 3 and a double 6, for instance, both attacks will have a range of 12. This means that you can keep ringing the great bell. The further the sound travels, the more likely you are to roll double. Of course, you are also more likely to roll a double 1 and blow the bell up. To prevent this from happening, you can deliberately let the great bell die down before ringing it again. For every turn you do not ring the great bell, you may discard 1 great bell counter from the great bell's volume track. That's fine. I wanted to get it up and running. Okay, it's your turn.
Okay.
So I can choose to ring it, but I have to roll dice when I ring it. But if I don't ring it, I lose a counter. Oh god, here come the drillas. Yeah, it's not bueno. There, way you guys can get a better view here. Damn, how far did you go? 9? Pam's like, no, too far.
Wow.
What'd you roll?
16.
Jesus. I want to make sure in case you have to move the whole full movement. Complex gearing system. The crew of the Drillakillas tend to need more rest than others and work in spurts, which means the Drillakilla movement can be very erratic. Each Drillakilla rolls 3 dice at the start of its battle phase and can move up to this distance. On a roll of 3 ones, the drill disappears below the surface and pulls the ship down with it. The Drillakilla becomes a submarine. Unfortunately, it was not designed for this role and rapidly plummets to into the icy depths of the ocean. Drillakillas operate in squadrons of 3, and their uncertain movement often proves a problem when trying to maintain squadron formation. Yes, so you can move less.
Okay. That's good.
In order to ram, please keep this in mind, you have to move a minimum of 3 inches before you connect with an enemy ship, otherwise it doesn't count as a ram.
Okay.
That's coming straight from a Doombringer. That is no bueno. No bueno, sir.
Alright, I don't think these guys can do anything except ram, right? So.
Yeah, they can't shoot. My turn?
Yep.
Okay, moving the Warp Raiders. So that's 2, so I got 2 inches left. I'm gonna try to fire.
Okay.
Pew, and a miss. All right. They only have the warp cannon. Oh wait, is it on a turret? What? Is it really on a turret? Warp fire thrower. Wow, they can fire in any direction. Okay.
That's interesting.
That's what I thought.
Maybe just a rat with a... No, maybe it's a warp fighter just standing on the ship holding his gun up.
Yeah. It says a warp raider is armed with a warp fire thrower. This is a potentially devastating weapon that fires an arc of warp naphtha at its target, setting sails and superstructure ablaze. The warp fire thrower has a range of 4 inches and uses the warp fire thrower template. The first target that falls under the template, even if only partially, is hit. The warp fire thrower makes 3 dice attack with a -1 saving throw modifier. If the location fails its save, it is set alight. Place a blaze counter on the location. Unfortunately, the warp fire thrower is extremely unstable and prone to blowing up. If you come up with any double on the 3 dice when rolling the attack, the warp raider explodes and sinks. Replace it with a debris marker. Oh, goody. And I already shot, so I have to roll 3 dice. Any doubles?
Nope.
Ooh, lucky. All right, your turn. Burn, burn, orc thing. Quick ban load the cat launcher.
Okay.
Wow, that was fast.
4 inches, dude. It's like, boop, there you go.
All right, moving my other warp raiders. First that one. Oh, shit. Gung, 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 gung. It stalls. Second warp raider. It moves 7. And third warp raider moves 7. All right. They can't fire. Yeah, daft bastards. Your turn. Oh, God, I hope I roll doubles on the next gong on that thing. I could fuck those things up so bad. Oh, I see their little sails are colored. That's cool. So that's the blue squad. Normally you can't move through your own ships, but I'm going to give you this one.
Did I move through my own chips?
This one did. Through that guy. If you're sailing in a straight line.
Well, I'm trying to, but was it like that or something?
No. It's fine. They basically they scraped holes. I'll give it to you. I'm not worried about it.
No, I can move these guys first. Instead.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'm not going to be a picky bastard.
You should let me do that. I'm gonna forward an inch first.
Yep. Then you can turn them.
Okay. No. See, I just moved him back.
Yeah, that's fine. But just do the best you can. I'm not really worried about exact measurement.
That's good, because you're not gonna... I'm like...
Those things aren't exactly fast. They're carrying a giant effing catapult on them.
I think that's good.
But they do have quite a large range, so...
Yeah, he can't fire, though. I mean, that's still...
Yeah, that's still way out of range. Yeah. But they do have a cool effect. They hit anything on the top deck, and then if I fail the save, it crashes towards the bottom of the ship and damages more stuff. Because you're dropping a giant boulder on top of my ship.
Yeah.
But you can only aim high on the ships. Most of my ships have one single deck. The only thing that has a high deck is the Doombringer. And that's like the bell, the paddle, and both the paddle wheels on the front and the back. All right, done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I can drag these out here. Let's move the Death Burners. They're moving 8.
Do it!
Oop.
Just do it!
I can move another 7. I can move 6. There we go. And then I can go. And then they'll be... Okay, I'll have to move these guys individually. All right, done. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, damn. Oh, shit. That thing's getting closer. Okay, the Death Burners are gonna go. Oh, shit. He's going right through him, isn't he? Damn. That sucks.
Yep, that one is.
Yep. Gotta move at least an inch. Another inch. Oh, I can move past that. So that's 4. So I can move. That's 6. Seven. And then 8. I don't think I'm in range for the sensor. Not yet, anyway. Damn. Go ahead. I have a feeling next turn, those drills are going to hurt. It depends on who gets initiative. Oh, shit. Except those drills could possibly touch me. Would you roll?
7.
Oh, yeah. You could probably touch me with one of those.
Not real great.
Oh, this one may hit me. Unless you want to add... Did you already activate both big chuckas?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're down to pretty much that in your flagship. Don't hurt me! That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's a ram. No. You just stop. As soon as he crashes, he stops.
Okay.
All right, sir. That's a ramming attack. Ow. All right. Moving Drillakillas. Iron Claws, Big Chuckas. Alright, once Drillakilla comes into contact with an enemy ship, the drill starts to dig into its enemy. If the target makes a below the waterline save, well and good. The Drillakilla stops moving and nothing happens this turn. The Drillakilla stays in place, ready to start drilling again next turn unless the target moves away. If the target fails, it's below the waterline saving throw. Then roll a dice and consult the table below. So I instantly have to make a below the waterline check. And that is what, blue squad? Yep, that's a blue squad.
Hang on a second. I got something for you.
What?
Oh, how's this gonna work?
You trying to talk an orc?
Hmm?
No? Okay.
No.
Alright, I gotta roll 5 or 6.
Yeah,
Nope. Bam, will you please roll a die and tell me how I die so quickly? Oh god, this is gonna hurt. Please roll low. Oh god, no! Alright, that was awesome. Meh.
Sorry.
No, that was required. Alright, please roll roll a 6-sided die.
Roll a 6-sided.
Yeah, we have to roll low, please, because I don't want to die.
Just one?
Yeah, just one. I'm assuming you'll be able to drill me more this turn, but just one.
5.
Oh god, no. As above. Oh, as above. Except that the drill comes in at an angle. The target ship takes 1 point of below the waterline damage, whether the orcs win or lose the target. May continue to take damage each end phase. If the orcs lose, leave their Drillakilla on the target's template to remind you the damage which may be inflicted during each end. What? Okay, let me read 4 because it says as before. The Drillakilla smashes into its target, causing immense damage to itself, and as it does so, the crew abandon ship, swimming through the hole made in their target's hull. The target takes 1 point damage to a low area roll. A hit as usual. I don't have a low area. No saving throw is possible. The Drillakilla crew can now fight a boarding action with the crew of the other ship. No cannons can be used to repel boarders since the orcs are coming from inside. If the orcs win, they drill their way out of the other side in the next battle phase, sinking the enemy ship. What the fuck? Okay, so we have to do boarding actions, and of course I have... Which one is that? That's my flagship.
Wow.
I have 2 slaves on it. So, how many boys do you have on that Drillakilla?
Just 2.
Just 2? Okay, so you're going to want to roll a d6 plus 2. I get to roll a d6 minus 2.
6.
Well, that kind of spells that I lost. So, this is what happens. This sinks, and next turn you can pass right through him like he wasn't even there. All hands are lost.
Works for me. Alright, so next ship.
Ow! That sucked. 9.
10.
10.
So he's still there this turn, though.
Yes. So your other 2 ships, he still counts as wreckage. So you can't pass through him. You have to go around the wreckage. The ship that he's connected with now can technically go through him next turn.
Right.
But wreckage blocks line of sight and movement. As it's smoking and fuming and sinking below the waves. You could get away with that. You've got enough
Oh, yeah,
movement.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Alright.
You don't have to measure move. I know you're in range. So just pick him up and put him in contact with something.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Stupid. It's that guy in the back.
Alright.
This guy.
I gotta make a save. What do you get? 5. Saved. I'm fine.
Oh.
Clunk!
And then this guy. Yeah, same.
11. Yeah. So he's basically meh, plunk. Alright, I gotta make save. Nope. Go ahead and roll d6. Those things are nasty.
Ooh, a 1.
Oh no. Oh no. Drillakil's nose turns down in the water and it sinks. The brave orc lads go down with their ship.
Oh.
It is not debris, it is not wreckage, it's just gone. So you can remove it from the table completely. It just goes, dunk. As it sinks below the waves. Alright. Are you done?
Yeah, that's the 3 ships in that squad.
Oh, damn. Those things are disgusting. Alright, my turn. Death Burners. Beep. I will explain to you exactly what that does. The clan pestilent death burner is armed with a huge incense burner, sometimes called a plague burner, because of the noxious fumes it gives off. It can also be used as a mace, smashing in enemy vehicles that are in range. Once the death burner is finished moving, place the plague burner template in front of the ship. Any vessel, friend or foe, oh good, within the arc, even only partially, may be affected by the cloud. Rolled 1d6. Okay. 6. The choking fumes envelop the ship, killing its crew. The ship loses 1 crew counter. This one.
Okay, wow.
You can
I gotta get,
yeah,
I
you can
gotta get one of these too, yeah.
yeah, you can expand these if you want.
Here,
You can move them around.
let's get rid of this.
Oh, okay. Make sure you divvy the crew out. Yeah, just jam it right there. It's fine.
Get rid of the crew here.
And make sure you divvy the crew amongst them.
Yeah, just get rid of these 2. All right, so we'll say this is the one dude, and we'll get rid of
That's fine.
that right there.
Alrighty. Next guy. Let's go up to about 3. Go up to about here. He doesn't really hit anybody. That hit anything? No, I wouldn't even call that partial. No, that misses completely. Okay. I'm done. Your turn. Oh, and don't forget those great big iron claws on the front of your hulks can fire out to a maximum of 6 inches, but you have to roll over the range to the target to grapple in order to grapple something. So if they're at you can't grapple anything at 6 inches, but if they're at 5 inches, if you roll a 6, you can reach out and grab them. Oh shit. Speak of the devil. Here it comes.
Not quite.
Just out of range. Abracadabra. Yep. You do have catapults on that thing, don't you?
Yeah, there is a catapult on there. Yeah.
There is a catapult on there. You can fire once out the front, once out the sides, or once out the back. So you can fire forward once. Do you want to fire at something?
Well, I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, the attack cannons. How many dice you roll are right there.
Oh, okay. Weapons, big chuck of firing ahead. So yeah, might as well.
That's
that range sheet thing, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
those are your shooty bits, but you got to pick a target first.
I'll shoot the close guy.
And then you got to put it directly on the arrow on the front of the ship. Like that. So if there's a friendly that's closer to you, he obscures me from being shot at. And I'm going to say he's just outside of that. This guy right here.
Well,
So you can...
this guy over here anyway.
So you're going to shoot this guy right there?
No, this guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he's closer target. That's fine. And that's a long shot? Yeah, it's a long shot. So I have a +1 to my save. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. Typically on a big ship, you would aim high or low. You can never aim for below the waterline, obviously. Deathburners don't have a high or low, so you just have to roll. And then if you look at the sheets here, they have big red numbers on them. So this Deathburner says 3, 4, 5, and 6. Anything but a 1 or a 2 will hit. And that die will determine where you hit him. So roll 1 die, because you can only do 1 die attack out of it.
Oh, so this is where it's gonna hit.
Yeah, the blue guys. Is that the blue guys? No, those are the green guys. It's these guys.
But the 3, 4, 5, or 6 are where it hits.
Yeah. So you'll miss on a 1 or a 2.
4.
4. All right. You hit him in the winch. I have a save of a 5 or a 6. I have to roll a 4, 5, or 6 since it's a long range shot. I save on a +1. So I save on a 4, 5, or 6. No damage. I'm fine.
Okay. And then...
And don't forget, you can fire out of all the sides at once if you want. But you can only ever fire out of one side a single time.
Okay.
And I think I'm out of range of your grabby claw. I believe.
You are out of range of my grabby claw. You are not, however, out of range within... I'm gonna try...
Can't believe that Drillakilla just right through that damn ship.
Okay, so I'm gonna use...
Uh-oh. Oh, no, it's the battle phase. Magic phase happens before the battle phase.
Oh, does it?
Yep, they do that timing for a reason. So you can cast it next
You
turn.
can't move and then.
No, you have to
fire or
cast and then
spell.
move and attack.
Ah.
Yeah. Welcome to Games Workshop games in the early days where they made you do magic before you did anything else. You can cast it next turn.
I'm done.
You done? All right. I believe already I have moved everybody, so I think we're done here.
Okay.
So next turn, unless anybody has any end phase shit. You know, we got to roll for initiative.
Oh, damn it.
I might beat you. I got a 3. Come on. No, shit.
Okay, now we're back to.
But you have to activate the flagship first. Oh, no, it's a magic phase. You're automatically activating him. You don't activate the ship, you just cast magic.
Yeah.
What's this do? Mork wants ya. Target any enemy ship within 9 inches. The enemy vessel suffers a number of hits equal to the level of the caster. These hits are resolved with a -1 saving throw modifier. The ship may also be moved d6 inches in a direction specified by the orc player. This may result in running aground or collisions as normal. Okay, you have to roll 1 die. All right. Here, let me double check this.
Per level of the caster, right?
And I think you get a bonus per level of the caster, but let me double check. Beep.
It suffers a number of hits equal to the level of the caster.
Yeah, but I got to see if the level of the caster affects your casting roll. If it makes it easier, because you do have a level 3 caster, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So you would think it would make it easier to cast. There we go. Oh no, it just determines how many cards you get. It doesn't. Oh. Wizard Lord can add a +1 to his die roll when casting or dispelling any spell. Yeah, you have a Shaman Lord, so you're allowed to do that. Okay, so you have to get a 5 or higher, but you get a +1 because you have a Shaman Lord on board. Oh, never mind. Make that a +2. Okay, but you still need a 5 or higher. So roll 1 die.
But now, do I roll 3 times though?
No.
It's 3 hits.
No. You have to roll to cast, then you can roll for the hits.
Ah, okay.
First, we got to see if you can cast it.
Okay, so then that's just 1 die.
+2.
Shit.
You got a 4.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
So you got a 4.
No, that's not it.
No, that's not it.
I didn't cast it.
It's failed. So
I missed.
these get discarded back into the pile.
Okay.
This pile. Yeah, because remember, you can redraw those later during the end phase.
Okay.
You can either discard cards during the end phase or you can draw cards, but you can't do both. You have failed.
I have failed. That was a power 4. What does that mean?
Power 4? What do you mean?
Yeah, it said it was a power 4 card.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what that means. I think it requires that many power cards to cast.
Oh, really? So I couldn't have cast that anyway.
But in previous games with orcs, usually you also count power from each orc unit within a certain range. But we're just house ruling it to where power cards add on to the dice roll just for shits and giggles. So just ignore the power mechanic for now.
Okay. I just asked because I have another magic card that has like power 2, and it's like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, so like typically, and I'm just coming up with this out of the top of my head. If you want to use it, we can. In order to cast a spell, you would have to have the required power, which means any extra power cards that you add into the spell, plus the power of any orc units within 6 inches of the Hulk. So you would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you would have more than enough power to cast it. but you still have to roll a 5 or higher to cast it. Well, 4 or higher because you're using a Shaman Lord. Does that make more sense? Would you like to do it that way? Because I don't know the exact rules right off the top of my head.
Yeah, whatever's fine. I was just curious just because.
So he has to be.
Power levels.
If something requires power, he has to be within 6 inches of other orcs in order to power his shit. Unless you have a power card to make up the deficit, or there's a spell you're casting that doesn't require power.
Okay.
Okay. Also, did you make your beer roll?
No, because it's a boarding thing, isn't it?
No, when you wish to move the ship during a battle phase. Anytime you move that ship, you have to roll these.
I haven't done that at all.
No, that's fine. We'll let it go for now. I'm just saying, just make sure anytime you move him, you have to roll a d6. If you roll a 1, you just kind of just chills. Because your crew is drunk. Okay.
So
My magic phase?
can I cast more spells if I can?
I don't know. Maybe.
Are you allowed one shot per turn? Because there's another spell I can cast, but I don't know if I'm allowed.
Let me check. Because that would be kind of badass. During the match phase, player with the initiative may cast any magic card he has in his hand. If the spell works, his opponent may attempt to dispel it. Then the second player may attempt to cast the spell, and the first player can try to dispel it. Once a player has tried to cast the spell, the magic card is placed in the discard pile, whether or not the attempt to cast the spell was successful. The same is true for dispels. If you use a magic card to dispel your opponent's spell, you must discard your magic card afterwards, whether the dispel attempt succeeded or not. No, it looks like it's 1 cast per wizard.
Okay.
And I only have 1 and you only have 1. So.
Yep. Let's do your worst.
That's mean. No. Can I get... Oh, man.
You can board him. Or are you going to do your bell?
Well, bells during the battle
you're looking at
phase.
casting, that's right. Madness.
All right. Yep. We're going to do it. We're doing it live, chat. God, I must be insane. Let's add 1 more for good measure. Okay, so that's 7 chunks of warp stone. I'm bumping into Curse of the Horned One. Screeching with unholy glee, the Grey Seer is enveloped by a swirling black cloud, which moves across the water and engulfs the target ship. Your flagship. When the enemy player wishes to use this ship, he must roll a die. Place a Curse of the Horned One counter next to the affected ship. I have to roll a 9 or higher. I have a +7. Yeah. Now, do you wish to try to dispel it?
Sure. Might as well.
Let's see how you do that really quick. Boarding actions, clinging to wreckage, battle honors, choosing your wizard. I like how it says you can dispel magic. It doesn't exactly tell me how. Right off the bat. That's lovely. How long do spells last? Each Warfleet is a cabal of wizards enabling spells of any color to be cast throughout the battle. If your dominant wizard lost during the battle. Does it say anything at the bottom of the card? Probably not. Oh, spell and the first player can try to dispel it. Once a player has attempted to cast the spell, the card is discarded whether you attempt. So, for full details on magic, see the magic phase. Thanks.
Very helpful.
Same is true for dispels. If you use a magic card to dispel your opponent's spell, you must discard your magic card afterwards, whether the dispel attempt succeeded or not. Okay, it doesn't say... Once you have attempted to dispel, the magic card is discarded whether the attempt was successful or not. Oh, okay. Yeah, so in order to attempt to dispel, you have to select one of your spells that you have in your hand, and then roll greater than the spell cast, than the number that was rolled to cast the spell. You're not going to do it. I rolled an 11. So, this little hunk of fun goes right there.
No.
And now I have to roll 7 dice.
Wait a minute, where's your wizard?
Right here.
Oh, that's right. You don't have any range.
I don't have any range on my stuff because I'm a cheap bastard. But I have to roll 7 dice. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. All right. Let's hope these don't come up as doubles. Oh, shit. Oh, it's nice knowing you.
You got 2 sets doubles. I actually got a triple there.
Alright, if you fail to cast a spell, but not if... Oh, no, that's not failing to cast a spell. Oh, God. Oh, shit, yeah. With an anguished squeak, the Grey Seer is consumed by the infernal warp energy. He explodes with a green flash, spraying fur and warpstone across the deck. All the remaining spells in his hands go off immediately, centered on the ship the Grey Seer was on when he died. Oh my god! That's not good. I'm not happy about this. So, let's just go down the line here. Skitter leap.
Okay. So is it because you rolled more than one double, or is it because you rolled any double?
Because I rolled, that was the lowest double I could roll. Which means that you take the worst effect. Causing the ship to vanish. The spell can be used to run a ship aground. So basically, he leaps to any point on the board that I pick. Boop. That gets dispelled. Alright. Let's go with the next one. Death Frenzy. The spell may be cast on any friendly ship or squadron, driving them into a mindless, all-consuming rage. From now on, the affected ship or ships may move or attack twice in each turn. During the end phase, roll a dice for each affected ship. On a roll of a 1, the ship loses a crew counter due to the overexertion caused by the frenzy, and the spell stops working. On a roll of a 2, the ship loses a crew counter, but the spell continues to work. On a 3 through 6 means the spell continues and has no ill effects. This stays in play. Oh, all of these counters can go poof. Since he exploded. So, I'm going to put the Death Frenzy card right down here. Next card, Poison Wind. A stinking foul fog spreads across the seascape. Anything touched by the decaying cloud is withered and perished. Place a Poison Wind template on the table, centered over any ship. Roll a die for every ship covered by the template, even if only partially. On a score of 4, 5, or 6, the ship loses a crew counter. Yep. I lost a... It's...
Is there a template?
No. It's basically like this. No, it wouldn't hit him. So I lose a Storm Vermin. All right. That's done. Next, Pestilent Breath. Gracier opens his jaws and a foul cloud spills forth. Skaven Sorcerer sends a plume of Pestilent Breath towards the ship of its choice. Roll a dice for each crew counter on the target ship. On a 4, 5, or 6, it is killed and removed. It's not good. Let's see what I got left here. I got 4 Storm Vermin. Oh, the Gracier's dead. So I got 4 Storm Vermin and a Warlord here. So how many Storm Vermin do I lose? 1. Do I lose the Warlord? Oh no, because he's a character. All the Storm Vermin have to die before he goes poof. So, I have 1 Storm Vermin left. That goes away. Warp Lightning! Oh, it gets better. Clutching a rat claw talisman around his neck, Skaven Gracier utters a shrill, chittering noise. A bolt of blood-red lightning shoots forth from the talisman, striking its target with a hideous crash. The target vessel takes a number of random hits. Any location which fails its saving throw is set ablaze. Roll a die to see how many hits the attack causes.
Oh, wow. Minimum of 3.
2.
That's awesome.
It does 3 hits.
Yeah.
Random hits. Bam, do you want to roll a d6 for me? Okay, 1 through 3 is low, 4 through 6 is high. Okay, so it's a low hit.
5.
5, that's on the hull. Saves. Second hit.
6.
That's on the paddle wheel. Saves. And next.
5.
That's on the hull again. Saves. Oh, that's lucky. Alright, and last but not least, Madness. Hissing through tightly clenched jaws, the Skaven Sorcerer searches the enemy fleet for an unseen weakness with sharp outtake of breath. He selects his victim. The target ship or squadron falls under the control of the Skaven player for this turn. At the end of the turn, it returns to its proper side. Note that the spell cannot be used to deliberately scuttle a ship. Alright, Bam. It's yours for the turn.
Okay, so what happens to Curse of the Horned Rat?
It stays on you. Basically. So when you decide to use that ship, when you activate it during the battle phase, you have to roll a die to see what happens. And don't forget, the Doombringer is now yours for a turn. The only thing you cannot do is scuttle it.
You successfully cast the spell.
Yes.
And then what were you rolling for that? So you cast a spell, but then you have to roll to see if you die or not from casting it, basically?
Yes, and I ate 7 pieces of warpstone, which is normally too much. So what happened was, he ate it and then exploded.
Gotcha.
And then all of the remaining spells that I still had available went off, all on the Doombringer.
Okay.
So now the Doombringer is suffering from Death Frenzy and Madness. Madness means you get it for an entire turn, but I also have to roll Death Frenzy when you activate it.
Okay.
Lovely. So, I won initiative. I'm going to go first. I'm going to activate this squad. That unfortunately partially touches this guy. Let's see here. Please roll a d6, Bam, and I have to do the same for my guy.
A 1.
The fresh air dispels the foul vapors and they have no effect.
Wow. Alright then.
And blah, one more time. As the second one hits you.
6.
Choking fumes envelop the ship, killing its crew. The ship loses 1 crew counter.
Alright. That's the guy that got nailed last time, so I think he's out of crew.
Okay, it is now a derelict ship and is sitting ready to be boarded, scuttled, or otherwise. So it's just sitting there floating, doing nothing.
Alright.
Alright. They're not going to move, obviously. So
Does
it's...
this guy go away? The dead...
Oh, yeah, he became debris, so he's gone.
And so when do we draw magic cards again? At the end of the turn?
At the end of the turn. Or you can choose to discard. You can. I can't. Mine exploded.
Right.
It's your turn.
My turn?
You can either choose to move one of your ships or the Doombringer.
I'm gonna move the Doombringer, I think.
Before you move him, would you like to ring the bell? It will affect me.
Won't affect you?
Yes, it won't affect you because it is a friendly ship at the moment.
Well then, yes. Yes, I would like to ring the bell.
Of course you would. Why would I?
Why wouldn't I?
Why wouldn't you? Okay, roll these 4 dice right here. Bwong! Oh god, double 6s. Oh shit! Oh no! The sheer volume and intensity of the great bell's strident tone vaporizes metal and starts the enemy vessel shuddering and splintering in a bizarre rhythm. Shuddering and, roll once on the critical damage table for every enemy ship in range and apply the result of the result is... If the result is a blaze, roll to see which location is affected, re-rolling any misses until they hit. What?
Re-rolling. So basically, what's the point of rolling if you keep re-rolling until you get hit?
No, because you have to roll to see where it hits. If it misses, you re-roll. Here,
What's the
let's...
range here?
12. You
So
rolled double 6s, it's 12.
everything over here, basically, all your ships.
All of my ships? Oh yeah, no, all of my ships. Oh shit. Okay,
Everything.
let's go with the red squad to start here, shall we? Shall we? Alright. So, what exactly does it do? Roll once on the critical damage table. Okay. Roll 1 die.
2.
2. The tar-saturated wood catches light and flames start to spread across the ship. Replace the damage marker on this location with a blaze marker. Test on the blaze spreading table in the end phase. Okay, so what I need you to do is I need you to roll a 6-sided die, again, to determine where it hit.
3.
It caught the bow on fire. So now we come over here to this wonderful marker, which we're going to make shitloads of copies of, because I have a feeling I'm going to need it. And we place it on the 3. And now the bow of that ship is now on fire. Alright, next Warp Raider. Roll a 6.
6.
The hull gives way with a resounding crack. The ship takes 3 below the waterline hits. It can only take 2. It sinks.
Okay.
Boop. Next, roll a d6. Just keep going.
3.
3. Great chunk of the ship is torn away, washing men and goods overboard. The ship loses 1 crew counter. If the ship is left without any crew counter, it is abandoned. Boop. Alright, now for the blue Death Burners.
1.
Panic spreads through the ship as the enemy's shot strikes home, inflicting terrible damage on men and equipment. The crew call upon the captain to guide them through the danger. Make a roll on the captain's chart. Roll 1 6.
1.
The captain's maps and charts are burnt to a crisp. The ship may not move this turn if it hasn't already done so, as the captain has to replot its course. Place a no movement counter next to the ship. Remove the counter at the end of the turn.
Oh, God!
He already moved.
No! God, please, no! No!
Next ship.
No! No!
The second plague, death burner.
1.
Rolling the captain's chart.
What's with this dice? 5, there we go.
5. The captain's secret rum stash is hit. The decks are washed with alcohol. Roll a die for each crew member. On a 6, they are drunk and fall overboard. Remove any drunk crew counters from the ship.
So there's a 5. And a 1.
No, okay, so they're not drunk. The rum! You had to hit the rum!
Apparently, yeah.
Alright, and last but not least, this crew. The other death burner.
2.
Tar saturated wood, blah blah blah. Replace the damage marker in this location with a blaze marker. Roll again.
4.
The winch catches fire. Roll for the second ship. That was the flagship, by the way.
1.
Roll again.
4.
Captain is washed overboard by a freak wave. Roll a die.
2.
The ship must make a 2-inch left turn to pick him up. There. And lastly, the last guy.
6.
Oh, shit.
That's a sunk ship, right?
Yep, that's a sunk ship. And it would be this one. It's not even it's not even wreckage, it's just sunk. Wow, I totally screwed myself on that cast. Damn. Okay,
So that's the bell.
Yep, and he can still move.
He can still do stuff.
Oh, also I have to roll for Death Frenzy.
Okay.
3. Spell continues and has no ill effects, and he can double move. So he can move up to 12 inches. I have a feeling I'm going to get rammed here.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to beat you or ram something.
Remember, you have to move a minimum of 3 inches to ram.
Yeah, I think. And how far can he move? He's a Doombringer. He is 6 inches.
12, technically.
12.
Yeah, they're suffering from Death Frenzy.
Double movement, right? Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, it's. Oh, that's during the end phase. I have to roll that. From now on, the affected ship or ships may move or attack twice in each turn. So you can either move him up to 12 or attack twice and only move 6.
I'll move 6.
Can he? Is that the only thing they have on that thing? Is the bell? Yeah.
Yeah, so he has to like ram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're basic. Can he get?
You can only ever ram one ship, if that's what you're attempting to do.
That is what I'm attempting.
Clunk. All right, just put him there.
Gonna ram that guy.
All right.
Board.
Oh, that's right. You can board. Shit.
Ramming board with the lone storm vermin.
That's not good. That's not good.
Does the captain go too? I don't know.
All right. Ships with orders, blah, blah, blah. In order to ram a ship, moves at least 3 inches straight line towards target. Ship needs to start its ramming move at least 3 inches away from its target in order to build up speed. Damage to ramming is inflicted immediately. The ship may then fire its cannons and initiate boarding actions, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, wait a minute. So.
Oh, it's a below the hull hit. So, I have to make 2 below the hull saves, or below the waterline saves. So first, for the Doombringer, I need to roll a 4, 5, or 6. Nope, he takes pointed damage. We're gonna need a lot of these. So the first hit has no effect. Alright, and my Warp Raider, my red Warp Raider. Is that my flagship? No, that's the second guy. Has to roll a 5 or 6 to save. Yep, he saved. Now you can board me.
Okay.
So there's 4 storm vermin versus 3.
There's only 1 storm vermin left.
No, there's still 4 on that boat. Wait. Oh no, there's 3 storm vermin left.
I thought you had said earlier that there was only 1 left, so.
No, only 1 died. Or 2 died, excuse me. The Warlord doesn't count. So that's... You roll a d6 plus 6. And I get a d6 plus 3. You got an 11, I got a 7. So I lose a crew. Boop. And I may either counterattack and continue, or cease. I'm going to counterattack. So you get a plus 6, and now I get a plus 2. 8. Because he's grappled. That's the only way I can break it.
7.
I won?
You won.
Holy shit. Alright. I'm going to break grapples so I can continue on. Because once you grapple with a ship and board, as long as the attacker is winning, you can't break a grapple off. You have to actually win the combat. And I just won the combat, so. Alright. That...
Those storm vermin.
Can I go now?
I don't know, can you? Is there anything else I can do with the Doombringer?
Nope, that's it.
Is throwing the storm vermin
Turning
over
does count in the
to
3 inches.
scuttling the ship?
You cannot scuttle the ship under madness.
Can I throw the storm vermin over for failing
No.
to capture that little ship?
No. Madness does not allow you to do that. Just attack and move and board.
Okay, just checking.
Does that only last for a single turn? Okay, it does. Okay, so I have it back. But I can't move it or do anything with it. Lovely.
Your turn.
Alright, so the blue squad already attacked. The green squad hasn't. He already spent his move trying to pick up his captain. So that burner is going to move. Stop. Roll a d6.
Three.
Damn. You're fine. I should have rammed him. Oh well. Your turn. Wait a minute. Do I have 2 green ships? Oh, no, the second one was busy picking up the captain. Yeah, it's your
he's
turn.
Uh,
Damn it. Death Frenzy's at the end phase.
I think we're gonna
And that was only on the Doombringer.
I'm not gonna move.
Uh-oh. Are you activating your flagship?
I'm activating my flagship.
All right, roll d6. You're cursed currently. Three. The ship may not fire this turn. You can do anything else, just you can't fire.
So I can grapple and hammer the shit out of you. Right?
Yes?
Because you're within 6 inches.
That's not a firing action.
Yeah.
How many inches am I away from you? Okay, so you have to roll anything but a 1 to grapple me.
Okay. 4.
Tick, 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 and you pull me in. Would you like to use your big giant hammers?
Yeah, how does that? Is that the hammer smashers?
Yeah, basically they rain down these 2 giant hammers attached to the prow and smash the enemy ship into little bits.
So how many times do I hit you? Just once?
No, actually. They're giant hammers. They do quite a bit. It should say on your cheat sheet right here.
No effect. Second hit destroys.
I can look up the actual thing here. Smash hammers. Blah blah blah. Place while pulverized. An Oracle can use smash hammer when its bows are in contact with an enemy vessel. It rolls to hit as usual, and always aims low. It doesn't matter. There's no high. There's no saving throw modifier because of close range. A 1 is always a miss because a smash hammer can be swung back and forth many times. In a phase, it inflicts 1 dice of hits to whatever location it smashes into, and the opponent must make that number of saving throws for that location. If the location is destroyed, then any succeeding hits cause critical damage. Alright, roll a 6-sided die. This is where you're hitting.
3.
You have hit him. Is that the one that's on fire? No. Yes. You hit him in the plague burner. Now roll a d6 to see how many times you hit him in the plague burner.
2.
Okay, so I have to make 2 saves. 4 5s or 6s. Up, 1 got hit. So it takes 1 point of damage.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Only
It can
one
take-
wins.
It can take 2 hits. First hit is no effect. Second hit destroys the plague burner. Alright, now you may board me.
Oh, okay. Oh, let's see. I didn't move, so I didn't have to do beer, right?
Yes. Oh no, not the troll pens. Oh, and you have the pointy bit. Oh, but you were using your claws. Manages to grab an attack on a vessel that was more than 3 inches away. I was not. I was actually only 2 inches away. So I don't suffer from the ram from the pointy bit.
So you didn't get the pointy bits.
No. But you can use the troll pens.
I can use the troll pins.
Or you can board me, but you can't do both.
Well, what do the troll pins do?
It says in any boarding action you may release the trolls. Roll on the table below.
Right. Trolls go berserk and wade into the enemy with feral intensity. You may
They're
add
orcs.
D6 to your combat. So I guess I'm not sure what the difference is. So if I just board you.
If you board me, then you roll a d6 plus the crew. And then I roll a d6 plus my crew. If you use the troll pens, you cannot board me, and you roll a d6 for the trolls. For the sea trolls. As you let them loose. It's your choice.
But what happens if I board you and I win?
Then you stay grappled with me, and I can counterattack to try to ungrapple. Oh no, I'd have to roll to break free from the hook. Which means I have to roll a 5 or a 6 to break free. But that's only if I'm not grappled. Because you have boarding grapples and the claw on me at the moment. Well, you'll have boarding grapples on me if you successfully board me.
So I'm attacking you. Either way, I
Yes.
just get a plus, depending on what I roll for the trolls, I get a +3 or a +6.
You don't get a plus anything for the trolls.
Yeah, it says right here, if I
Oh.
roll a 2 to a 5,
Oh,
orcs add plus or a D3 to their combat roll.
oh, so you can use them on top of the boarding action. Oh, okay. So boarding action, they're just kind of an add-on. Gotcha.
Right. Although it seems, now is this to use it and throw it away, or is it?
No, you can use it constantly over and over every boarding
Yeah,
action.
Let's overkill and see if it backfires.
Okay, roll a d6 for your trolls. Release the sea trolls.
Okay, we're good.
The trolls shamble into the fray and add plus d3 to the orc's combat total this turn. Roll a d6.
3.
Okay, so you get +2, plus your crew. How much crew do you have? You should have a grand total of 5, right?
Yeah.
Why are there more crew than 5 on here?
No, I don't know. 3. Oh, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's just one extra. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's fine. So you get a +7 to your d6 roll.
Okay.
I get a +3.
So that's a 10.
Oh, no. I don't get any plus.
So you just lose, right? 'Cause
Yep.
You can't beat a 10.
Because slaves get a -1. Okay, so I lost the slave, and I am now grappled. I'm going to counterattack.
Okay.
I got a 3.
So my...
You still get a +7.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't even matter. He beats me on the 7.
That's true. Beat you regardless.
I'm just gonna stop attacking you. Well, no. Now that I've attacked you, you can counterattack me back.
Okay. Well, okay. 6.
Yeah. It is a burning wreck at this point. It's derelict. It's not sunk, it's not wreckage, it's just on fire and floating. You've killed off all the crew.
Okay. So can I take it over?
Yes. But you cannot move it, and you cannot attack with it.
Oh, well then what's the point of taking it over?
Because if you have one single crew on it by the end of the game, you get double the honor points from it.
Oh.
But you have to sacrifice one crew on it. You can also scuttle it for normal honor points.
Yeah, alright. And when do you scuttle, if you decide to do that?
So are you going to board it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'll just scuttle it.
Oh, so you're actively scuttling it. Okay.
Yeah, just scuttle it.
Boop. It sinks below the waves. Okay. Can I go now? Let's see. I already did something with those guys. Ooh, I'm gonna activate these warp raiders. Let's see here. Flagship moves 6.
Got something in your throat?
Nope. Damn it. I'm missing horribly. The green flames lick at the front of your other Hulk. Damn it!
I don't even see what you put there.
Oh, it's a little green flame template. It's really, really thin.
Okay, yeah, I see this little ball right here, but that's it.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I still have them. Alright. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, I have to roll to see if I can move 6 inches. Durr. Come on, 6 inches. Yep, I'll take that. And rip a giant green flamethrower across all 3 of you Drillikillas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. The Warp Raider, blah blah blah. A range of 4 inches falls under the template even if only partially is hit. The Warp Fire Thrower makes 3 dice attack with a -1 saving throw modifier. If the location fails its save, it is set alight. Alright. First ship. 3 dice attack. Jesus. So I hit that first Drillikilla in the 6, the 4, and the 2.
Okay.
What color are those guys? Blue?
Those are the blue ones, yeah.
These guys here. You might want to pull them, divvy them out here. You divvy out the, yeah, you need to divvy out the crew there. Or I'll help. There you go. Alright. So which one of these lovely ladies was the nearest ship to me? I hit him in the
close one, the top one here.
the 2, the 4, and the 6. So the 4 and the 6. So first make a saving throw for the 4. And it says right on the 4, 4, 5, or 6 to save.
6.
Saved. Alright. 4, 5, or 6 for the tread wheel.
6.
Damn. Okay. Second ship. 2, a 2, and a 5. Make a roll for the 5, please.
3.
That is not a save, and is therefore on file. Please put that on the appropriate space. Yeah, there you go.
He's blazing.
And the last guy... 2, 2, and a 5. Roll saving throw for the 5. Damn! Fuck me. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, I gotta roll at least a 7. I keep forgetting how to roll dice for him. 6. Oh no, I'm down an inch. Arg, no. Alright. So that converts, same as the first.
That's funny. I have to just take your word that that's hitting him.
No, it's automatic hits. Oh!
No.
Well, you can look on the stream. Chat, am I lying? Would I lie?
No, I believe you. It's just funny that I can't see it.
This one only hits the first... This one only hits the first 2, though. Okay, first ship gets hit in the 6. Roll to save. Damn.
Yep.
Second ship gets hit in the 6.
Nope.
That is now on Fia.
Oh, he's getting...
He's burning. He's burning. Green fire all over. Your turn. My biscuits is burning. You know, you don't have to roll for fire spread or any of that stuff until the end phase. No! You have to roll a 6 to hook him, though. Or do you?
I don't know, do I?
Yeah, it's 4.8 to the front of the ship. Yeah, you'd have to roll a 6. You got to roll higher than the amount of inches. Are you gonna hook me now, or are you gonna? You can move and then hook.
Yeah, that's one thing. I'm just thinking, do I want to do that or do I want to
Use the big chuckas to pelt the crap out of me.
trying to decide? Do so these guys. Well,
So what do you guys in chat think so far?
Okay. Yeah. So we're
Enjoying the shoe.
Go.
But you gotta see, this is what I grew up with when I was growing up in a Games Workshop household with my brother. 2 times thumbs up. Nice.
I want to stay 3 inches away.
You want to stay 3 inches away? You can get as close as you want. Oh, you want to stay 3 inches away so you can get the counter ram when you pull me in.
I don't know. Does that look like 3 inches to you?
Wait a minute. Is that the ship with the pointy bits? I thought it was their flagship with the pointy bits.
Oh, it is a pointy bit. Yeah, it is a flag.
You still got a ram, though.
Yeah. Screw that.
Oh, no, you don't get a ram because you don't have the pointy bits. You only get to pull.
And he can only go 4 inches anyway, so.
Alright, which means you gotta roll anything but a 1. Ching, 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 ching. 3. Alright. Ching, 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 ching. Go and roll d6 for see how many hits. Oh no, roll to see where you hit first. And do you have anything that... You got the Gobitos. Oh, you have the Fanatics.
I forgot about the Gobitos.
You want to move him back? You can shoot me with the Gobitos and then hook me.
No, we'll save the Gobitos.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to see where you hit me.
Fanatics. At the start of any one boarding action, the ship may unleash its fanatic. Okay.
Yeah, you can do that after you've smashed me with the hammer.
All right, smashy, smashy.
Which one is that? That's the red team.
I got a 2.
You got a 2? That would be a miss normally. Hey, Vest with a raid. But I don't think you can roll to miss with the smash hammers. If it rolls that as usual.
Keep rolling until you, if it's a miss.
A 1 is always a miss because the smash hammer can be swung back and forth many times and fades and flicks. Oh no, if you roll a 1, it's... Oh no, only if you roll a 1. So yeah, you still technically hit, so reroll.
There we go, 6.
6. Yeah, hit me in the warp tanks. Oh god, no. No. How many times did you hit me? Roll d6. You beat
5.
Nightmare difficulty. Oh geez, 5 times?
Yep.
I'm currently getting the shit kicked out of me, Vaz. How are you? I have to roll a 5 or a 6 to save. This is not. No.
So Vest was playing Doom on Nightmare difficulty?
Yes.
Wow.
I got hit 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Which means 1 hit. Oh no, the first hit causes automatic critical. Oh shit. Warp tank hits. The first time the warp tank location is damaged, it automatically causes a critical hit. If this location is hit a second or subsequent time, you do not get 2 critical hits. 1 for hitting the location and 1 for damaging the area twice. After the first hit, the tank location is treated just like any other. So roll that critical. Suck.
2.
2. I'm looking for the crit. Tar-saturated wood catches light and flames start to spread across the ship. Shit. Great. Warp fluid is starting, which is extremely hot, is starting to leak out of the warp tank and caught the ship on fire. Awesome.
Cool.
So any other subsequent hits don't do anything. You just caught it on fire.
Okay.
Now you can do a boarding action, which I will probably fail horribly. Let me guess. You're unleashing the fanatics?
Let me read them here real quick.
Has a cage of deranged fanatics fastened to the deck. At the start of your one and boarding action, the ship may unleash its fanatics. Determine the effect of the fanatics and roll D3 plus 1 hits on random low locations of the enemy ship. These locations must make a saving throw with a -2 modifier or suffer a point of damage. Fanatics can cause critical hits. For each location roll that comes up as 1, the fanatic has careened about so wildly that he ends up back on the orc ship.
So if I unleash the fanatics, that's it. There's no other actions that either of us can take.
Yes.
Because we're so busy avoiding the fanatics.
So you can use the fanatics, you can board like normal.
Oh,
Come on,
so,
you want to use the fanatics.
so they on random low locations. So how many? So how do we determine what locations?
You roll a d6, and then it's basically a d3 plus 1, and then that's how many hits I take. And then we determine where those. Then you roll that many dice to determine where those hits are caused.
All right, screw it. Yeah, we'll unleash the fanatics.
All right, roll 6. Oh no, he already did hammer time. This is the goblin fanatics.
6.
So 4 hits. Roll 4 dice.
Roll 4 dice. Huh?
Yep. What's a d3 plus 1? So a 6 is a 3.
So I got a 6, 2 4s, and a 2.
Okay, the 2 misses. What did you get? 2 4s and a what?
And a 6.
2 4s and a 6.
Yep.
Okay. Roll for the first. Oh no, I gotta roll to save at a -2. So I gotta roll a 6. Okay, you got 1 critical on the turret. Go ahead and roll on the crit table. Yeah, they're the ball and chain guys. They're hopped up on mushrooms.
Shit. 1.
1. Panic spreads. Roll on the captain's chart.
3.
Captain is caught by a stray shot and killed outright. The ship may do nothing but defend itself until the end of the turn. When a new captain is elected, place a no maneuver counter and a no firing counter next to the ship. Remove the counters at the end of the turn. Oh, where is he? Right there.
Yep.
All right. Ouch. All right. Now roll for the warp tank, which you already critted, and is on fire.
4.
With an ominous creak, the seams of the boat start to split. The ship takes 1 below the waterline hit, which it can take. It's got 2 hits it can take.
Okay.
All right. That sucked. Too bad you didn't roll any 1s. My turn. Still got some warp raiders here. All right, moving the flagship 6 inches. 1 inch. And then another 5. And can we roast? Nah, that's out of range. Shit. Okay. Second warp raider. Moves 7. Moves forward an inch. Moves forward an inch. So I can move forward another 5. And 1 more inch, which means he's still out of range. All right, third warp raider moves 4. Fuck. Yeah. Nothing else I can do. Your turn.
Okay. Let's see. Those guys.
Man, everything's like burning and ships taking damage.
That's 9.
Why do your driller killers have to move so much faster than my warp raiders? Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could pull it off. Just connect him. Yeah.
Yeah.
They hate that when you let go of the mouse before you let go of the tab.
Yeah.
Alright, connect. And that's more than 3 inches. That's a ram. Alright, I gotta make a saving throw for the below the water line. That's a 5 or a 6. Nope. Oh, this is gonna suck. This is gonna suck. Let me find your drill chart here. Oh boy. Alright. Roll a d6. Ah.
Three.
3. The drill bites deep. 1 point of below the waterline damage is inflicted. So I take 2, which is enough to sink him. Boop. Was that the... Serious? Fuck you, man. God damn it. That's the bottom one. Blub, 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 blub. All hands lost at sea. But he does count as a wreckage marker, which means you'll have to go around him.
Right.
That's fucking awesome, Kelmar says. Next, drill a killer. I hope you roll a 1 and sink another one. 9. Just connect him with the ship.
Surrounded by assholes.
You're more than well in range. Alright. Saving throw. Saved.
That's it.
Sorry.
Let's see. Last one. Oh yeah, 11, 13.
You gonna drill the same guy?
Well, I don't know. Do I want to drill the same guy or do I want to drill this guy?
I don't know.
That's more than 3. Alright.
You know, I had more ships than BAM. I was actually worried about having having less ships than BAM, so I kind of went overboard on things. That and I can only take 1 Doombringer. Shit. I'm like running out of ships real fucking fast.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for that guy.
Okay, go ahead. Just connect.
Whoa. Ammo.
All right, 5 or 6 to save. Saved.
Damn it.
Yep.
Alright, that's those guys' turn.
All right, my turn. I can't do anything with the Doombringer because they were under the effect of madness. I do have the Death Burners, and they can move 8. We're gonna go 1. That's 5. Oop, sorry. Oh yeah. Crunch.
Are you ramming?
Yep, I'm a ramming. And those things actually act as big giant balls and chains, so. And I put the template on it. Whether or not noxious vapors, the incense burner have any effect, it can also be used as a giant mace.
Ludicrous speed!
It can strike a single target that the death burner is touching and that lies within the arc of the plague burner template. It makes a single 1-die attack that can be aimed high or low, and it has a normal saving throw. Once the death burner is moved and attacked, other enemy ships may move up without fear of the attack until the game player's next turn, as the incense burner takes time to build up a sufficiently large amount of volume of smoke to have any effect. Okay, so first things first. Both of these ships have to make a d6 roll to see if you lose a crew. So first, this Drilla Killer.
6.
Yeah, one of the crew on that ship dies. That's the blue. I know, it's kind of hard to discern which one's what.
This one is.
And then...
No!
And then roll a d6 for the other ship. See if he falls prey to the noxious fumes issuing from the incense burner.
2.
No, he's fine. Alright, now we ram you. Or is that rather than a ram? Oh no, that's a ram and I can use the incense burner. Alright, so make a below the waterline save for him.
1.
You take 1 point below the waterline.
1 point below the waterline.
This guy.
Okay.
Does he die? Oh yeah, no, it says sinks.
And he sinks? Okay, so he's dead. So
Yep.
crew's dead, everybody dead. Okay.
Yup, you can just put him in the dead pile.
Dead pile.
Alright. Next ship.
Little tit for tat there.
Hey, I can give it as well as I can take it here.
So how long's that Curse of the Hornwood last?
Till you roll a 1. when you go to activate the ship.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't think the sensor is close enough to affect anything. No, it's not. And then this guy. Oop. Has to move 1 inch. You move another 6. Things are pretty speedy.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for them. Anybody else?
Oh yeah, I got
Oh, you got the big chuckas. Shit.
And then did this? I don't think these guys have moved yet either.
No, they haven't done anything either.
Yeah.
So you got both squads of big chuckas, which have that 9-inch template range, but they can only fire forward.
Yeah.
Because they're just giant ass catapults mounted to the hull of a ship. Go figure. Orc ingenuity. Now, before you move them, I want to make something blatantly aware to you.
Yes.
Because the way the armed with big chuckas large mechanical devices which can lob huge rocks enormous distances. These weapons cannot be fired at close range because of their high angle of fire. So shots lobbed from the big chuckas simply pass over nearby ships. Their line of sight is still blocked by ships at close range because they can't see through them. Big chukka fire strength is not added to the defender's total during boarding actions. Because of the way the rock falls from the sky, there is no saving throw modifier for long range against the big chukka. In fact, since the rocks are so large, any ship hit by one automatically subtracts 1 from its saving throw. They are always aimed high, cannot choose to fire low with them because they descend from above. Yeah, so you can't shoot them at short range. Just FYI.
And I just... What the hell is that? Is that... Okay. So that was a 1-inch move and then a turn.
Mm-hmm.
Turn him. Shit.
Now remember, you can only fire forward.
Yep.
Okay.
So...
Are they firing?
No.
You have to declare before you measure.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine.
Yes, they were gonna fire. I was gonna...
Okay, which one's firing first? The one in the front?
We'll do the one in the... Yeah.
Okay, you can hit... that guy.
Can you hit this guy?
No, because this guy's blocking line of sight. You have to hit the nearest target. Basically, you gotta chew through them. But you don't get this +1 save bullshit, since they're giant-ass rocks.
Okay.
Okay.
So...
Roll 1 die. See where you hit him. What is that? One of the death burners? Yeah.
4.
4?
A
Which
4.
one?
I got a 4.
You hit me right in the winch. I get no saving throw. Or do I?
Love you, Spare.
Oh, I get a -1 to my saving throw.
Yes, -1 you're saving.
Okay, so I gotta roll a 6. Lovely. Nope. Crunch. Winch is gone. That was a 1-inch move.
So that's it for that guy, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Remember, if the template passes over a friendly ship, it's blocking line of sight.
I mean, so you're saying...
Would you like to do this instead?
Well, I'm just saying if... But, I mean, in all seriousness, but if you put that guy back right there, right?
Right.
Where he was.
Uh-huh.
I come down here, and it's like...
If that template crosses over something, it's considered blocking.
Really?
Yes. So, since you didn't know that, would you like to have him over here instead?
It's just like, well, I don't want to cheat, though.
You're not cheating. I'm just telling you a rule you didn't know.
So he can't shoot at all.
No. Unless you wanted to move him otherwise. That's why I said it's probably easier if you move him individually.
Yeah. That was a good point. He did say that, so...
So, why don't we kind of
No.
goof this a little bit.
Call it.
That's fine. The only thing is that he can't fire.
We'll call.
Okay, if you're sure.
Yep.
Okay.
So I guess they're done.
I don't have any other units.
Can't hit this guy.
Yeah. Well, and that arrow right there has to be on the front center of the ship.
Yeah, just this guy right there is still a little bit too far away.
All right, who you got left? I think you got another squad
Got
of
another
big
group
chuck.
of these dudes,
Oh,
which apparently
lovely.
I need to spread out quite a bit. And then
Well, they were in travel formation. Hey, Spare, how's it going?
So we're gonna this guy first.
We're just enjoying some old school Games Workshop Warhammer Mana War. Basically, Warhammer Fantasy meets naval combat. Bam is playing the Orcs. I am playing the Skaven. And if you couldn't tell so far, it's pretty gross so far. It's still anybody's game. Even though I've caught several of his ships on fire and he has sunk several of mine. I love the fact that, I don't know, Spare, if you've ever seen me or anybody on Twitch play Vermintide 2, you know the big storm fiend Skaven in that game with the giant green flamethrower? I have ships that shoot that. That's what I've been catching him on fire with. He, on the other hand, can lob giant rocks and has giant hooks on the back of his front, on the front of his big ships, and well, it's just not pleasant. And giant ass hammers.
All right.
Scary as shit, yeah. I also have my Doom Bell ship, which unfortunately my Gracier, my wizard, he ate too much warpstone and exploded.
Okay, so Joker,
Yes.
which one of these guys can he shoot?
The template falls over this guy first. Yep,
That guy.
that guy.
So he can't shoot at him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't shoot at him because you can't shoot at him because he's blocking line of sight.
Even though he's
I know.
entire width of that ship.
I know.
All right, I'll stop. I'll stop.
It's okay.
Okay, so I'll shoot at him then.
All right. Your medium range is still a -1 for me to save. Go and roll.
4.
4 on the red squad. That's the guy that's on fire. Right in the turret. I gotta roll a 5 or 6 to save. Fuck. Well, that's been damaged. Yeah, everything's just breaking loose here. It's insane what's going on right now. Oh, before I forget, what was the one you hit? One of the warp raiders, correct? No, you hit the death burner.
I hit this death burner right here.
Okay, is there anything below the warp raider where you damaged? Yes. So what happens is that if there's a section below the section you hit with the big chukka, that section gets hit as well. But you reduce the penalty for the rock by, the -1 save penalty by 1. Every single section it drops. So I have to make a normal save of a 4, 5, or 6 on the paddle wheel. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, it's saved. So the rock goes ka-chunk, ka-chunk, and then it stops.
Okay.
Next.
Oh shit, that means he's not gonna shoot this guy.
Let me straighten it out for you. Yeah, your driller kill is in the way.
Master, okay, what about this guy? He shoot at anybody?
Yes. That guy.
Alright.
Roll it.
6.
That's blue team. Oh, no, not the paddle wheel. I have to roll a 6. No! Crunch. Well, he ain't going anywhere. Okay. Anything else you'd like to fuck me over with?
Yeah, this guy can't shoot, so I didn't turn him enough.